All right, we're back at it. Light on scrims at the moment. Things have started a little bit earlier than expected today, too, so I think we've already missed a few games of this SSG scrim. I'm hoping, though, that we get new updates and new developments as we go. Either way, we're back at it. You know the drill. We got a new team announcement. That's exciting. We've been teasing it for a while. It is confirmed, which is positive for Halo overall, right? Not just the team. Sheet, first in the chat. Eric. Welcome, Eric. How we doing, Sheet? SSG versus TSM. New Envy roster. That's the focal point for now. Title, welcome. Sephi. King Llama. Count Mikey. Hello, hello. All right, let's get Lucid POV, Stellar POV. My God, Charger, 4 months. Let's see it, or let's go, brother. Charger, welcome back to the way, man. I appreciate you. First sub of the day, right away. Flourish, welcome. Instinct, welcome. I got my Kirby shirt today. We're big chillin'. Lucid POV, okay, Stellar POV, Druck POV are the main ones for now. I know Last Shot's been playing today, but we have a Descendant POV today. Whoa, hold on a second. I'm not sure what it is, though. Either way, we got Halo. I didn't see any Optic. I hope they, like, spontaneously go live, but no update there. Typically, what I've noticed is that if Optic is scrimming, APG's live stream hints it in advance. That's what I've been looking at the title of his live stream. So if I see, like, Optic versus C9 today or something on APG's live stream, then I just assume that they're scrimming, but I haven't seen that. What's up, bro? Any advice for living up? Living up? What do you mean, Antonio? Living up. Tweet live, Discord post live. Let's get it. Content day for Optic. Oh, what are they making? Here where the fun begins. Damn right. Fun starts now, bro. Fun began. Toast, how we doing, man? Welcome. Oh, living in Halo, playing your life. In the game. Okay. I was gonna say, bro, is this like, is he asking for life advice? In general? Keys, how you doing, man? Welcome. Woven, welcome, Woven. We'll start with Lucid. Advice for staying alive. You got to know your exit routes in advance of every scenario, right? Like, there's mechanics to staying alive, like your movement and your ability to navigate the map effectively and have positioning for your gunfights, right? So you're, like, before you get into an interaction, you already know exactly how you plan to exit that interaction and when you've gone too far, right? You know your leash, kind of, your tether around all environments. So you should always kind of have that in the back of your mind when you're playing. But how you move is dictated by your advantage and disadvantage state in game with your team, right? So, like, if you're paying attention to kill feed and you notice that you're full 4 up and they're 2 dead, then you can move more confidently. You can take more space, right? If you notice that your teammates are dying near you, then you have to play more passively. You want to play more, towards high ground or positions that have safe exits, right? Generally speaking, the best, like, position would be a high ground position because you've got more options to maneuver and to drop into low ground to stay alive. But a good thing on positioning is also timing and the circumstances, right? Like, if you understand that if you're somewhere low on the map, but you understand that your teammate or your team is nearby or the enemy's not aware of where you are, even that's a good position too. You know what I mean? So very, like, long-winded, but hopefully some of that makes sense. You got to know your exit routes in advance of a gunfight. What's going on here, bro? All right, back to the music. Oh, we lost it all. That one doesn't come up. Glad to have you here, Drum. Welcome. You're not here before the bots. You're late. Unacceptable, Rubix. You might as well just leave, bro. Astrophy, what's up? Staying alive. Hell yeah, yeah. You could sing the song. That'll help. Hey, Keys. Thank you, brother. Welcome, welcome. Scrimway. The Scrim had started at like 3:30. They started early. I was not prepared. I'm not sure how far in we are. We're going to get an update on that. We're going to go back to Lucid's POV for Streets Oddball, which I think has got to be game 4, like game 5 at this point. They started earlier than usual. We've got Ether versus Omit today. Nemesis and Zero Tenacity, I think, just finished. Space Station it's 3-2 TSM versus SSG. TSM might be proving to us that they are competitive with the top 4. They beat FaZe yesterday, and they're currently beating SSG. This is interesting, right? We got the new Envy team in the mix, too. Very curious to see how those guys perform. When is SSG going to break up? They don't have Chem? We're going to be hearing a lot of that today, I'm sure. Especially with how well TSM seems to be playing. The song is kind of dope. I'm not gonna lie. Desperate Measures. There's no top 4, just the top 2. That's what it feels like right now. Like the top 2 are generally separate from the rest. It was pretty weird to see Optic go 7-7 with Envy the other day, though, right? Like, that was definitely surprising. We're in Game 6. It is currently 3-2 TSM. We're on Lucid's POV in Streets Oddball that's just kicked off. Manny with 2 in the feed as they do look to win the opening strat. Camo's already collected here by SSG, though. Somehow they got out with it. Halo Infinite is an indie game. What makes you say that? Chat, I mean, with Omit, which I believe is the top Challengers sponsor, or org or whatever, and Envy joining Halo, do we not feel a little bit more optimistic about Halo esports and its future when you've got all these orgs coming out of nowhere signing players, you know? Like, Luminon just the other day, they added a new team, right? They got like 3 teams that they're representing. And the one they just announced is comprised of 4 pro players that weren't around for the last year of competitive and decided to come back, right? We have pros from the first 2 years of Infinite that are sort of coming back into the fold. So, like, I don't know. I just feel like there's something in the air. Omit signed Collect's team, and Omit is currently scrimming. That happened, like, just yesterday. They're scrimming against Ether, the Latam roster, right now. People don't give FaZe enough credit. The only maps they dropped at Arlington were to Optic and SR. That's fair. Yeah, at Arlington, they looked pretty incredible, right? They had an easier section of the bracket, to be fair, right? Stress, no way. Let's go, brother. Thank you for the raid with 33. And happy belated, by the way, Stress. I hope you had an awesome birthday. It was cool seeing all the viewers hanging out with you, man, on the main page. That was pretty hype. Soul Reaper, welcome. Hope you had a great day, man, and hope you're doing well. We're chilling. We're watching Scrims, just getting started here. Lucy with the ball here at A. And Eco just guarded him as they make a push up through B. Trying to bring the Scrim to a tie right now. Once again, it's unexpected to see both SSG and TSM, or sorry, and FaZe having trouble with TSM. Right? Like, despite the Arlington performance for FaZe, they're not looking as good in Scrims recently. And I wonder what the issue is. It'll be great for year 5, the next Halo game. If only the next Halo game was coming out in year 5. One of the best Halo songs? I agree, Mink. I went down a little rabbit hole recently of just Halo music that was remixed and sort of repurposed in different ways, like taking the percussion out, making subtle changes to it, just to like look for new ideas on what to listen to for us. And I got to compile a playlist together of songs for the right circumstances, right? Like, we're getting hyped up for a game, I got to have different music, right? Or the tail end of a game, it's grand finals, it's getting intense. I gotta hit a button, and the perfect song plays. That's the hope, ideally. Best players to show up in big moments, i.e. Optic at Arlington, Scrims are just practice. I agree. Sorry, yeah, the best players show up in big moments when it matters, right? The Scrims, in the end of the day, don't mean a lot. It's just for conversation. Rhino, howdy. What's up, man? Welcome. Halo gaining momentum back, it feels like. Also helps that COD is in a free fall while Infinite is continued building. Interesting. Is COD in a free fall right now? People don't give... I read that. Right. Time to listen to a Halo Rihanna remix. Oh, yeah. If you find one, let me know, Gary. I'll add it to the playlist. TSM looking like a top 4 team. Yeah, with their last 2 scrims and the fact that they're currently beating SSG, definitely getting top 4 vibes out of TSM. And I'm not super surprised, knowing what they've been capable of in the past. But the fact that the chemistry is hitting now with Manny, and they seem to be working things out online and building that confidence, definitely sets a precedent for Dallas, you know? Like, I think they're going to... I mean, it seemed like Arlington was a huge outlier in their typical performance, but I'm enthusiastic about this TSM team. Very curious to see how Envy does, though, right? Envy have been also kind of surprising us with their scrim results in some matchups. Not as consistent in others. Will they carry it to lane? Twitch stream must have decently higher bitrate. Is it significantly better looking? The bitrate is supposed to be the same between the two, Ben, but the YouTube copies the Twitch and sort of sends it over. So it's always going to be slightly worse. There might be periods where the YouTube looks a little bit better, but I don't know how to... Still have yet to like properly look into if there's a way to fix or improve that. Lexi, hello, welcome. Hard to believe we're in snow hell a few months ago. We were. Yeah, no, I know, Seller. It's warm out now. It feels like summer. Like we kind of, with Toronto, I find we just skipped the spring season, right? Like spring sort of doesn't exist. Like it's like winter and then, oh, it's summer now. There's a couple like cold on and off days and then it almost feels like spring isn't a thing. It's going good, bud. How you doing, Lexi? Yeah, it doesn't exist. Manny reunite seems like a good move for TSM. Yeah, definitely a chemistry move that seems to be paying off. We've talked about how much of a team game Infinite is, so that might be a perfect example. Manny obviously no slouch as a player, but I don't see him as a superstar individually either. But if the team comes together and plays better with him, then it tells you a lot about how Infinite works, right? Ragnar, thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome. That's good to hear, Lexi. 117. Samantha, welcome. Doesn't matter what number. As long as you're here, I'm happy to see you. You got the jackpot, though. I'll take it. 2 dead. Druck trapped in the corner of PD here. Not a real good opportunity to play the ball anywhere either. So an easy collection for SSG. With 34 seconds left, they got to close the gap here. And maybe we'll see a chaotic final battle in this. His teammates spawning in C letting you know that they're wrapping the map through Cafe right now. Dirty cleanup out of Lucid. Finds the 3-shot perfect with the Stalker. Gonna execute Soul Sniper as well for the double. Looking for 3 here. Should get pinched out by his teammate Eco. Lucid not gonna join that. Manny off his spawn. Ooh, that kind of works, right? He throws a sticky. I'm not sure if that was intentional. It banks perfectly. Drawing Manny out the corner. With 22 seconds, they're gonna close the gap. Mr. Beardman? Is that what we call me? Glee, I'm doing excellent. No problem. Happy to be here, man. Hope you're doing good. 16 seconds up by 4. Lucid out here sweating, man. He's got the repulse in the back pocket to keep him off the ball if they do desperate for it. But he gets nuked. 4 seconds left. 2 dead. They got a collection from the tires here. It's Snakebite with the pinch out of Eco. 77 to 76. He picks it up, I guess, just because. They'll clutch up the round. My God. Making sure that Eco and Snakebite stayed alive. Their positioning in that situation is split from each other as they were. To be able to work off each other like that was nice to see. Could have gone real poorly. How the devil are you this fine even? I'm doing damn good, brother. How you doing? Lucid frying? You know, safe to say he does that on the regular. Local pariah. It's looking like another day for Lucid. Business as usual. What is this bandit model? Is this new? It's like an MP5 bandit model. What are we looking at? I kind of like it. How do I get it? I've been meaning to kind of switch things up. I might try this out. Battle Pass model. supposed to be H3 inspired? Wait, how does that look like Halo 3? Does that look like Halo 3 to you guys? Halo 3 style bandit. Interesting. Caster Jesus. I'll take it, Gary, I guess. I don't know. It looks kind of cool, though. I'm digging it. It's something different. I need to change my bandit model. I'm thinking we rock the Envy skins now, too, because Envy's back in the esport. They're probably going to unvault the Envy skins. They had released those skins before the launch, or at the launch of Infinite, and they were the first ones to leave and get vaulted, right? Because Envy never officially joined Halo. They merged with Optic right before Infinite came out. The skins were already developed. So never got a chance to, like, properly display them. And lots of people don't have them as well. So I'm sure there's a lot of people who've been kind of waiting for them to get unvaulted and finally can grab them. They're working with Envy to unvault them. Yeah, so it's not likely that Envy becomes a partnered team, especially this late into the season. It would, if they do become a partner, it would have to happen like next year, you know? Shopify's the focus right now for the team skins. We got Gen G in the esport too, but yeah, Envy in a convenient position where they never really got to show off their team skins when the game came out. And now you can use it unlocked, I guess, with the rest of the armor, so kind of cool. Watch the new Broward vid. I saw like a clip of it, and he reached out to me about it. It's cool. It's a cool idea. How did it go, by the way? I didn't see the whole thing. Did they, I assume Renegade and Legend, like, won it? Unvault everything? Yeah, I hear you on that instinct. AB Achilles taking top 8? Who's AB Achilles? I got a Discord server. Yeah. If not, can we use my YouTube channel to LFG? What do you mean, Glee? Hopefully that links you a Discord right there. Yeah, sending baseline, but who's Achilles? Is that a player? It's peak gameplay? Really? Alright, I'll try to take a look. I saw a little bit and I'm like, alright, this is cool, but also, I don't know. It's Renegade and Legend stomping on diamonds, right? It's Ascending Baseline's B team. What's the team? Somebody tell me the roster. TSM right now up comfortably in the second round of ball. Shame HCS isn't doing a London event? Yeah, that sucks. I'll be honest, knowing the track record with the European events, if you were, you know, anywhere near London when that event happened, I would have recommended that you checked it out just because they don't happen very often, right? It had been years. I think 2018 was the last time they had an event in London, so, like, definitely jump on that. I mean, obviously, it's after the fact now, but because that happens so rarely, if you had been meaning to go to a London event, definitely don't want to miss those. The more I see other top teams, the more it feels like Optic versus SR in the grand finals all year. I hear you. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, LAN is obviously going to be a different story, so unless we see something absolutely insane out of FaZe and SSG on LAN, it does feel like top 4 is just this chaos, like, feeding frenzy, especially with TSM in the mix now. You got Nemesis we're still waiting on, too. I see, Astrophy, no worries. The London crowd, yeah. I heard that the B stream in the gymnasium or whatever they had was, like, pretty nuts. The crowd was, like, right there beside them. They also had them circled around the setups, which was a very unique, you know, organization for the event. K9, Evil Carmine, Chaos, Ranger, Ceaseless. Okay. Cool. I feel like I've heard of some of those names, for sure. K95, I've heard of Chaos. Hard to have high expectations knowing how sweaty Halo Infinite is right now and how many freaking players there are, you know? But I'm open to surprises. Not quite getting the 3-shot out, but still does enough damage for the cleanup. Stellar coming up with 2. Minute 36 is enough time for SSG to turn this around. They got an advantage here. Been struggling to get any sort of control versus TSM. That's a lucky spawn for Lucid considering the situation. Almost finds Manny too. Immediately cleaned up. Make it 3 death for TSM. We got to see a ball rotate. Looking like C. Tolly drops eco. Stellar going to keep that player walled off in B. He wants it. Might expose himself to a third party, though. Looks like Cafe's the spawn. 5 seconds of camo. Write down the gameplay from the Broward vid. That's what he asked if I wanted to, like, cast it. It's hard if I did it, like, impromptu without, you know what I mean? Like, I'm doing this. Maybe. But if I try to sit with it and I have time to, like, record it, I'm going to probably overthink and, you know what I mean? Like, make it more trouble than I want to, you know what I mean? So maybe we just look at it and react to it together. I watched the J Tracer video about SSG. I didn't. Somebody asked me about that yesterday. Is there something crazy that I missed out about that? Like, what did J Tracer say? Why do you think Stellar said he's not watching any more VOD? I didn't hear Stellar say that. Where'd you hear that from, Crisco? Is that like a clip of him saying that? Not watching any more VOD. Just react to it? I can react to it. It was in the J Tracer vid? Okay, maybe we should watch the J Tracer vid, because I'm getting questions about that. 20 seconds. 78 to 54 here. SSG looking to clutch up this round. Shut TSM out with nothing. Lucid off the PD spawn. Got an excellent flank opportunity here. They're 2 dead already, though. Looking for Talik up the stairs. Gonna get dropped by Manny here. Not much you can do. Stellar said that in APG stream. No idea if he was trolling. You never know. When it comes to chatting, like pros chatting in chats, they're like always trolling, bro. Had Tuscan Eco trolling in here the other day. Getting frustrated watching SSG constantly leave up one-shots and refuse to push. Refuse to push. Let me see. Let me see. Challenges Lucid to a boxing match? Sounds about right. Ooh. Lucid coming out with a sliver of health, getting ball time here in the process. Like to see it. Grabs a sidekick, because you know it's Lucid. Got that sandbox unlocked. Makes it work for him, too. Love that he'll pick up, like, any weapon on the wall and get the perfect best-case scenario use out of it, right? Like, if he has a bandit in that situation and he's airborne, he's not winning that fight. If he's got a sidekick and he shoots it like he did, he comes out on top of a stalker 1v1. Like, best-case scenario presents itself for him to have that weapon, he pulls it off. Yeah. I think they will, Bo. Just wait, because Tashi's already commented that they're working on getting it unvaulted, the Envy skin. So I think we'll see them get unvaulted. Take some time. It'd be nice if they could do that in time for next weekend, but who knows? How often do top teams even watch VODs on average? Can't imagine they do it more than once or twice per week. I don't know. It's obviously going to vary from team to team and how much value they think they gain from that type of session, right? Optic have definitely stressed having to watch VOD at some point, but they didn't do it for the longest time, right? Late into the start of the season, they had mentioned that they hadn't even tried until they started losing. They're like, okay, now we're going to look at some VOD. It might not be super extensive, you know? If you're losing a lot as a team, though, you're probably looking at VOD, you know? I would think, like, if I'm like Complexity or any of the teams that just recently formed that are having some trouble, should be some VOD reviews happening. Excellent. Oh, the over was right there. Hits him with the peak shot for the over. Would have been clean. Lucid with 34 kills right now. Was that Stellar or Snakebite? I saw with 37 on top. This one's going down to the wire. Just better? Nah. Not yet. The Shyway skin. Oh, yeah. Trying not to take charge. It's hard to know if that's what he's doing. We can't hear his comms. Seems to be doing a lot of work on this POV. Best, most consistent on SSG. I mean, I don't know. I think Stellar is most consistently, you know, putting up the most numbers, like damage and slays, I guess. But that's not everything. Life Free, what's up, man? How you doing? Just that little lick of damage helps. 2 dead. Soul Snipe with the cleanup on A side. Getting 2v1'd here. Somehow still dropped by Soul Snipe despite Eco and Snakebite being there, right? Like a situation you would hope that Lucid would stay up so they can keep their numbers and an opportunity for a ball setup. Dying there is unfortunate. And good looks, I guess, out of Soul Snipe to select Lucid as the target with 2 players in front of him. Cleaned up immediately by Druck and Manny. That's going to be a ball transition over to TSM. Something we noticed in the TSM versus FaZe scrim was their OBJ efficiency. They're so much quicker to get control of the ball or get control of like a hill setup than FaZe were. They were getting outslayed by FaZe, and they won the scrim. This is my first game, Trek. First game we've seen today. Yeah. I mean, even that example right there where they were like 3 up with only 2 alive on TSM, and somehow they have to work hard to get Soul Snipe, and they have no ball time off that exchange where it's like, that could have been a ball setup in A if things went a little bit differently, but... Good kill on Manny with the camo. 3v3 right now. Somehow Druck coming out with Stellar. 1v1 with Talik. Getting pushed out back A. I like that shoulder. Gets the info before committing to the angle. He's in trouble now, though. Needs team help. Manny gonna find the nade on him. Just wandering mid. I don't know, man. Manny with 2. Shutting down the team after killing Lucid. Lucid now in trouble. They're staggered on spawns, and he's alone for this fight in Cafe. Excellent nade. Almost going to find Manny here pushing out the map, waiting on his team to get an opportunity, I assume, but time is of the essence. Nicely done. We're doing great, Barbosa. How you been, man? Nice to see you in the chat. Got a Dallas dark horse. Is it fair to say TSM is a dark horse? Outside of that, maybe Envy, the new Envy team. Even though they haven't shown us any LAN consistency. Hopefully the titles are all correct on my Twitch and my YouTube today. Should be a TSM SSG thumbnail. Our ass together. I guess it's like the expectations that we have for these 4 is that they're top 2. Nothing else, right? If it's under top 2, I guess they're just ass. You know, it's just funny to use that word. PS5 controls allowed to be used in HCS events? I actually don't think so, and I'm not sure why. You've heard mixed info. I'm not sure. I would definitely look into that with like an HCS admin or something. Ask like Hines or yeah, maybe Hines. I don't know. Tashi, like I don't know how willing or receptive they are if you ask a question like that to get back to you right away. Yeah, it's just, you know, below their caliber, you know. Below our expectations and their own, I'm sure. They go 3-dub without playing the ball. That's a blunder right there. Will likely be collected by TSM, or can be safely. There's Manny on the balcony. Getting shot up by B here, too. Great to now to keep him off the ball. Gonna make it as unsafe as possible while his spawning teammates converge around it. Can they get something going here? 3v3. Lucid off that death cam, giving intel to Snakebite. Pinching to C here. That player probably wrapped out through tires. Yeah, here we go. Trying to watch Snakebite's back as he pushes out and challenges C. 10 seconds. This should be an SSG dub right here if they can keep him off ball. Nuked by the nade, though. They'll put the ball down. 7 seconds for TSM to slay this out, but the 2 dead already. SSG closing in on a win and a tie in the scrim. Nicely done. Three. Lucid MVP. We got to see the final tally on the stats on that one. Elite controller just broke down. You got any recommendations for a new controller? If you're coming from the Elite, maybe the Razor's a good idea. 45 out of Lucid. Snakebite with 48. Nearly 15k damage out of Lucid, though. That's notable, right? Significantly more than the rest of the team. Snakebite with over 13K, though. 24 assists. Still somewhat even with 40 deaths, but insane amounts of damage. That's how you know it's a long game of ball. Broward, welcome to the chat, man. I saw the message that you sent me. I don't know if I can give it like a full-on cast, but I can try to like react to it maybe a little bit later on stream. What was up with Optic on Saturday? Had family over, couldn't really watch. You're talking about the Optic versus Envy Scrim? I'm not really sure, man. It could have just been an off day. The next day versus C9, they 13-0'd. Thoughts on all the GAs. There's only one weapon that's currently GA'd in any of the maps, and it's the Heat Wave on Aqua here, right? I think GAs are bad for the esport, but they happen for a reason. So, like, I agree with the decisions that the pros are making, but I also don't like that they're a GA, so if that makes sense. I'm hoping that we can, you know, continue to find middle grounds, continue to find a balance that everybody can appreciate. The more weapons in Halo for the pros and for the spectators, the better, as long as it's competitively balanced. Skill matters, so... Oh, yeah, the AR. I forgot about the AR. My bad. The AR on streets as well, in live fire. I think the Disruptor is okay, but I don't even know if it gets picked up. I think it's fair. I literally forgot the AR existed. I'm not even gonna lie. Maybe this SSG team would have been top 2 last year. The reason they're not looking like contenders is because Optic and SR might be the best 2 teams ever formed in this game. I like that perspective. I'm not going to lie. No idea. But this idea that, you know, these top 2 teams are the best teams to ever be formed in Halo. Like, these pros are getting better as the game goes on. So it's not, like, illogical to assume that in year 4, as evolved as the meta is, that these players are in, like, you know, peak form. Love that nade at a Lucid, right? Sliding, bank nade up to the window. Good way to shut down somebody hiding behind a pillar. Gonna find Druck as well. Immediately deleted, though. Man, you're gonna replace him. TSM, super quick when it comes to CTF. They're already up 1-0 in this. We're gonna jump over to another POV after this, though. I forgot to switch it, so I might as well just watch Lucid. What's Envy's roster? It's Piggy, Descendant, Ezo, and Yaxon. Or no, Piggy, Descendant, Precision, and Yaxon. My bad. Series is 3-3 underneath the webcam. Scrim started earlier than expected today, so we missed a few of the games. Caught game 5. We're here for... Or caught game 6. We're here for game 7. What do you mean, Derek? We're talking about Infinite. I'm not talking about any other Halo game. Comparing, you know, the GOATs from the Halo 2, Halo 3 era to today is just... It's a totally different conversation. We watched a lot of Druck yesterday, and I think if you were watching with me, he proved why he might be underrated. The guy was nasty. Lucid making light work of him, though, with the camo control. Should hopefully give SSG a chance to pull this flag. You can see some of TSM in the yellow base here by getting the pull of their own. With the coverage he has behind him, Tolly can cut this off. Should be able to have a teammate pinch this. Not sure where he went. Nice cleanup by Lucid, though. Stellar, I guess, leaving the blue base. Off that 3 dead, he's got good timing for a bottom mid rotate. This should be an SSG flag. Teammates in comfortable positions for an alley-oop and with angles to shut it down. Cool. Eagle also watching P2 before that set up, just in case. Druck variance is high in his performance. Hard to be perfectly consistent for sure. 2 of them are on a 4P. Yeah, first 2 Infinite players to 4P, so it's kind of hard to stop them. They definitely caught a lot of momentum, yeah. And seeing them maintain the 4P between 2 different rosters is typical as well, right? Making a change. Do they just continue to bulldoze, or does Shopify put them down? Or does some other horrific thing happen, you know? Like getting upset by Nemesis. That was unexpected. Turned out to benefit them in the end, though. Pretty good to just not showing up when it matters the most. Yeah, I do think Druck didn't show up as much as I'd hoped to see at the LAN at Arlington. Part of the reason why they placed top 12. I think we have high expectations for Druck, and he didn't really look like that main guy on the team. looking at their stats yesterday, Druck was the one who was spending the least amount of time with objectives. Interestingly, so I don't know if that's just like happening naturally just because of the scrim, or if it's because he's more prioritizing gunfights and being a slayer for the team versus running those flags. Soul Snipe was the typical collector when it came to flag runs, pushing out the map, getting behind enemy lines, getting early pulls while SSG is staggered. We're seeing 2 plants right there for TSM. Soul Snipe coming up with Stellar here too. He died a lot for it though. Soul Snipe stats, he had the most deaths in the entire lobby. But he created so many opportunities for TSM by pulling those flags, by getting openings with the OBJ. So kind of cool to see how that works out. Saturday morning MLG on USA Network. Is that a throwback? Are we reminiscing? Is Frosty aiming with his left stick? Frosty is more, I'd say, left stick dominant in his like aim style than maybe some other players are. Like kind of like Formal in his approach to aiming. Formal uses a lot of left stick when he aims. But Frosty also has like, you know, really fast, accurate right stick flicks. And you have to have excellent right stick control to complement. You can't aim with one stick. You know what I mean? One stick can take priority and support in certain situations, but you have to intimately understand how both sticks affect your aim and how to use your right stick correctly in all scenarios, right? Like Frosty he's got a very powerful flick shot that he pulls out and is accurate when he needs it. Love that. Lucid just cuts the map with no wasted space, getting in front of flag. Teammates also extending through the P door here to get a pull of their own. They can maybe joust this flag out through car side. Let's see what they do. Left-handed, I'm a lefty aimer. Yeah, I'm left-hand dominant as well. I think it's part of the reason why I'm much better at moving around the map than I am with my aim consistency. But it's part to do with your eyes, too. Like, it's hand-eye coordination. I feel like people forget about how much your eyes play a factor in the process of aiming. I do feel like it's a large component. Every shot that you fire, you need to see with your eyes almost before you fire or as you're firing, right? And how you move your eyes is similar to how you move your thumbs in a way that, like, there's a sort of an optimal way to use your eyeballs, which sounds kind of crazy to think about, but I do think there's validity to that, you know? What do you think of APG's comments about SSG, that Lucid needs to be less vocal and play his game? That sounds like a good idea if that's what's happening. I don't get a chance to listen to Lucid and their comms too often, but they already have a lot of leadership on their team. I think Eco can kind of direct the ship. Lucid can make plays, right? And maybe that needs to be his focus. He does definitely. Everybody's got their own IGL moments and opinions, and, you know, they want to make sure that they're heard in certain scenarios. Lucid's used to making a lot of play calls for Optic, so it's probably like a big adjustment for him. But I do think, yeah, like let's leverage his talent as a player and let Eco do the heavier lifting when it comes to IGL. Nicely done. 3v3. Just bait off Manny, so Stellar gets the easy cleanup. Comes out with a back smack. Stellar might be getting the pull off that, too. Good stagger. Fridge spawn should be open. Fridge or back base. Draw coming off a util, though, and Manny now coming off a Fridge. He's getting pinched by 2. I love that flag collection, though. Despite being tagged up by 2 players, finds an opportunity to pick up flag. G-slided out. Snakebite supporting them. Uh-oh. We're fumbling a little bit. Should still plant it in. Camo in play now, though. Manny advantage to get to it. Beautiful shots out of Lucy. Gonna shut him down. Good flexible angle change here, right? Changes his routing on his way to P2. Still gets nuked and dropped by the rest of TSM, but good attempt. See your shot before you fire in conjunction with your left and right stick movement. Is that what he said? Yeah, you have to see every shot that you shoot, and because you have to stay in a progressive state of intentionality in everything that you do, in your movement and your shooting. There's an intentional process behind shooting accurately, and it's not that you're thinking about it. It's like you might think about it in practice. It happens naturally for the pros. They don't think about it. But the pattern of, like, recognition with their eyes to follow through in their hand is something that, like, might take thoughtful learning and practice to get the hang of, and lots of repetition before it becomes thoughtless and natural, instinctual, you know? It's a very difficult concept to explain because it's not like as clear cut as I find like maybe other sports might be. Like, how do you explain how to move your eyes? Or how you're the shape of your hands and your thumbs over the controller stick, and what part of your thumb you want to use. Like, Frosty uses the tip of his thumb on the outer right edge of the stick for his, like, focal point of control. But other pro players cover their thumb over the entire stick, and their focal point is in a different part of the stick. You know, it's like we all have kind of a different approach to how we aim, and that changes what we're capable of. Speed of the flick, the types of movements we're capable of. There's a lot of nuance to it. Coach APG slaps. I like the sound of it. How chess players can look at a chessboard and instantly calculate the state of the game. Yeah, and it's like, you know, I can try to explain it in various videos, which I have. But, you know, I think a big part of it is just people just dedicate themselves to the process, you know, and pick up, you know, small I don't know, make small steps in progress over time, or large ones, depending, I guess, on your natural affinity for it. Talking about practice, that's right. SB, thank you, brother. Hold on. SB with the $4.99 $5 super chat. Love to see you, man. I'll keep at it. Thank you so much. Let me give that a heart. We gotta change the sub goal, bro. We'll put it at the 22 hundo. We got a minute left in this, though. TSM, can they lock this in? They're in trouble right now. Drunk with 2 on the feed. Looking for more with the help of Soul Snipe. He'll find it. Man, he's gonna get out through bottom mid. That's looking like a guaranteed flag. Minute left in the game, and TSM haven't let up their control of the map here. Lucid playing very slow, prioritizing any kills he can get in yellow to ensure they don't get a second pull immediately. Drunk dunking on Snakebite. Hiding in the corner here. Lucid gonna find him with a nade. Insane kill at a Druck. Gonna open up an opportunity for Manny and Soul Snipe to get their picks. Huge kill at a Stellar. Stellar looking to shut this down. Spawning Snakebite. Got an angle from Car 1. He'll find Manny. Still got a teammate up inside that base on TSM. Gonna do anything they can to delay and give his spawning players an opportunity to get to that flag on Car 1. It's gonna be a bit of a war in the end of this. Util was open. They will be pushing through Car. Eco on top of return. Last second ditch. Or last second effort out of Druck right through bottom mid. Manny on the flag. He'll go desperate. Tolik's still occupying the base, but he's the only guy alive on TSM. There's no hope. They got a pull with 4 seconds? Wait, so Tolik lived long enough to pull it. I respect the dedication out of TSM on that one. What my opening line will be when I walk into the gym? What's my opening line, Gary? What do you think I say? Worth mentioning that M&K has a higher skill ceiling due to greater agency. Yeah. The issue with M&K, though, is how challenging certain trivial and very necessary aspects of the game can be, right? If that makes sense. Like, hitting all of your shots in a straight-up bandit gunfight close to mid-range, and also navigating the map very carefully so that you don't bump corners and stuff while you're perfectly backing out of engagements and crouch jumping. Like, little things like that can be sort of, like, tedious and less intuitive on M&K, and they're so necessary in Halo that, like, it almost takes away from, yes, the robotic skill gap or, like, skill ceiling that an M&K player is capable of, if that makes sense. It's like there's certain fundamentals that are very high priority that don't come as naturally on M&K that hold those players back, even though a player like Woodham, for example, has a very high when he's locked in, or he's very capable of a lot of stuff, you know? King of the Hill. Lower skill floor. I don't know if that's the word I'm looking for, but something maybe akin to that, you know, where it's like certain aspects that are more trivial and very necessary for Halo specifically, because Halo operates a very specific way with the shields and everything, right? Certain advantages of controller lend really well to Halo's gameplay and aren't as natural in M&K, if that makes sense. So lat pull down that way, points and flexes biceps. Yeah, I gotta get more lat pull downs in. That'll be my tagline now. RD, how we doing, brother? Welcome.
maybe.
After every set, that's some damn good Halo. I like that. Chat, so text emotes. Can you guys come up with one text emote? I've got 5 ideas just to let you know what I'm putting down. Damn good Halo. We're gonna have a damn good Halo emote. And DGH, so literally just the abbreviation of damn good Halo. It's 4-3 SSG, by the way, in the scrim. Game 5 baby. Game 7. And this is the way. Are the text emotes that I have coming. I have one more. Do you guys have ideas on anything that I haven't said for a text emote that you think would be fire?
Big door.
Greg, what's up, man? How you doing?
One shot glass, one tower. Tower now, or no bridge.
Where are we going to finish this fight, eh? Just because I'm Canadian, you got to throw that in the end of it. New routine? No, new routine, Valiant. Thank you, brother.
One shot glass.
Just self-love. How about that? Finish top 6 or 8. Wait, with the next land, no slaying power? Top 6 or 8? Have you no faith in the world champions on SSG? I can't believe you.
No.
Done and dusted? Do I say that a lot? Done and dusted. Donut glaze with optic. Oh, optic glaze? Do we do an optic glaze with a donut? A green optic donut? Something like that?
Okay.
Optic glaze might actually be pretty good. Just optic glaze and it's like a donut, green donut theme.
Enemy team took the hill.
He's just no, he's no. Here's one city. I want stacks a combo. One shot, single stack.
Donut is the Owen optic. Ooh, that actually kind of works too. Or it's just like a background that the text is like overlaid on or something like that, right? You guys would spam that one anytime I say anything positive about optic or any other team, honestly. Just optic glaze. I could be like, Renegade just got shit on. Chat's gonna be like, optic glaze. Room for a clean sweep? Ooh, okay, okay. We got a lot of good ideas coming in. So, I think I like the ones that I've already chosen, because I think the Game 5 and Game 7 are kind of important to have when they come up. And then this is the way is the tagline. Damn good Halo. And then DGH, like H4F, kind of feels necessary. Biased caster. Okay, okay.
I'm coming. Good job.
Wow, wicked. Icky.
Jump up.
All right, I got some stuff to think about. I only ordered 6. Is there one out of those 5 that I said that you guys think I could drop maybe in favor of something else?
Top right typing. Let's go. Top right, come in.
Maybe the Game 5 and 7 are boring. I don't know. I was thinking Game 5 baby with like a baby in the text somehow, but I don't know. Or like 5 babies, Shyway babies in the chat.
No.
Game 7 though. I don't know. Just Game 7. I think we need the optic glaze emote. I like the optic glaze.
Enemy team took the hill.
Spam the bias one in the Halo stream. Oh, I like the idea of having a emote that you would spam outside of my chat. I like that too.
Blast combo weak.
No, there's no reason, Thomas. I think it's just they don't even notice it or care.
Spartan down.
How much does it have your own emote created? So the emotes that I ordered are not cheap. It was for 6. It was 250 US basically. Don't ask. I hope they're good. I went to like a pretty known creator, like artist. So I got 2 sets of I got 6 badges coming and 6 emotes coming. So expensive, yeah. So I'm hoping they're like high quality. We'll see, man. I want to invest in this and like not have to think about it again. You know, like we make emotes that are timeless for the channel. You never use them in any channels? Well, you guys have been killing it in supporting me, so I'm hoping that I could like invest some of that back and have some high quality looking emotes and then high quality overlay, little things like that.
Nice.
So this looks like a channel you want to invest in yourselves.
Come in.
I hope, yeah, we'll see,
oh my
Quan.
Hill control.
Lesson learned if not, you know, it is what it is.
I'm watching your tower cross. They're going hell, Manny. I'm coming. Nice, I'm here, Manny.
I might recreate those, Don. I might do a new set of faces. You guys like that? Or I can change one. Like the poggers is kind of lame. I might do a new poggers. And replace maybe that gross, the icky. I don't even know.
Alex, Drake.
Killing spree.
A baby oil emote? Wait, what's that for?
There's a grapple down long.
Shyway baby emote with a
Stick your
beard?
combo,
Yeah, that's
stick your
what I was
combo.
thinking. And maybe even like a
Yeah, let's go,
pacifier,
let's
like
go.
a little baby face with like a beard.
Active camo available.
No, Sky, you're crazy.
Right
Up and away.
CQ camo. Dude,
Drock
that
gonna
was
punch and open in here, but not get away with it. SSG still holding control of that side of the map.
Took the hill.
Big 1v1 in long haul that Eco takes. Eco with a huge win over Talik right there.
One's battery or something, right?
As they occupy the spawn advantage. Can Druck push that out though?
He's
Shock
ready,
rifle in play here too. If he collects it, the enemy's gonna know he's here. I wonder if he strategically... Might
Batteries, one shot for red. One shot bottom red.
as well go for it now.
Yeah.
Scamming?
That was one shot.
Scamming's not
I
bad.
have a shock for hill.
Scamming is so popular right now. Like the word might make sense to have a
Tommy's
scamming.
weak back cell. I'll kill him. Dude, trade as fuck. Yo, trippy corner flanking. Kill this guy. Nice.
You can say what you like.
yeah.
Farewell. Thank you, brother.
Enemy about to score.
No. Yo, one's camo jump.
Still got plenty of time to turn this game around.
Wrangler.
They got some progress on the hill here too. Druck trying to shut this down with some pre-nades. Not overexposing himself to clean it up though. A spawn is open right now for SSG behind Stellar. Druck's had to be ready for that. Ooh, cleans up Stellar, has to work for it. Still numbers advantage to TSM. Easy kill on Lucid out center map for the double. Minute 50. Map control favors TSM. They'll get hill time here. They're flying through A and pinching it out. They're flipping the spawns to gold here, but collapsing at the same time. Great damage out of Druck. Those weak players being sent towards the rest of TSM and long haul. They get the cap. Cool.
Hill
Alex?
incoming.
Pretty good positioning for the bottom mid hill here too. Lucid comes out with 2 though.
Active camo.
I'm top A. See stairs? On
Enemy
camo.
team took the hill.
Yeah, one's back south. They're clearing C.
Active camo available.
We're back with it, Chris, as usual. Welcome. How you doing, man?
2 stacks to me. Last 2 stacks. Blue plate, 10 stacks.
We're being
Blue
tested.
plate, snake plate.
Legend should have that in his channel.
Camo,
He needs a "we're being
Camo's up.
tested"
Camo's
emote.
first runner. Responding A.
Every time they go down in a
Respond
game in a
red.
scrim,
Respond red.
Optic and his fans
That's camo,
spam
what the
it.
fuck? Bomb A.
Map control from SSG or TSM? TSM had good map control to
Nice,
lock
two
out that
man,
hill.
Half wall, Hunter. You're good. Going hell.
SSG flipped the setup, but very quickly it was given right back to TSM. They got the exact setup they're looking for, right? Wide coverage here, all the way to pipes to force the A spawn. Druck trying to pick up off Talik here. Doesn't find the cleanup. That'll punch an opening through gold. Ooh, finds bottom mid here too. That setup going to get flipped. Manny's trying to double back to Silo or living in tower here. So that they got a chance to push out C plat and flip the map.
Nice.
He dies to Lucid's nade though, who seems to be aware of it. Grapple was down mid-map there. Legend should have scamming too. Yeah.
Shock rifle available.
Oh, Snake by left.
Scored. Hill incoming.
That's a low key win.
Hill ready.
That was low-key our win, he said. Ooh. It was close. I don't know at what point Snakebite started having issues and how much of an effect that had on that final hill. I don't know. That was pretty close. It seemed like anyone's game. Retired mid-game, bro. Yeah. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's okay. We'll find something else. Legend's favorite English word. You hear him scream it in Game 7 in Grand Finals? Scummy! Last shot not in scrims, yeah? Descendant not in scrims. Come on, we gotta get more Halo scrims going here. Descendant not in scrim. Whoa. Envy Precision POV. Spartan warming up then scrims at 4:30 p.m. Eastern versus who? We got Complexity scrims coming up a little bit later. Scrim versus Ether. Wait, no, that was recent. Not today. At 4:30. Wait, that should have happened already. It did. Wait, Envor. Oh, they're playing. Okay. They're playing Envor, Super CC, and Team. I don't know if these guys are represented by an org just yet. Nah, but when he started really screaming, it was when the game was, like, over. Shrewd Dingus, thank you for the follow. Like, after Formal won that 1v1, and then Renegade killed Cycle with Camo, then Legend just, like, went crazy. Because he knew it was gonna, like, they were gonna win. His team was like, all right, relax, relax. Man had no chill at the end. The saturation, Sparty, yeah. All right, something to view. They're currently 4-1 over this team. These guys are great, but I don't think they're represented by a sponsor just yet. So not as notable of a team to watch some scrim. For sure, Drew. Surprisingly, though, right? Like, he seems so calm and quiet and kind of reserved as a person, but out of the team, he was the loudest, most animated during the tournament, which was interesting and sort of surprising. 8 octaves higher than normal. Yeah, I know. It's funny how that side of him comes out playing the game, and, like, in no other circumstances do we hear him that way. It's like... Yeah, Stellar POV, I'm down. So it looks like they're moving on to the next game. I'm not sure how they're going to rule it. We got Solitude Slayer, I guess, coming up. It's showing as 4-4 right now, which is odd. Did I just add another to, maybe I'm miscounting this. I don't know. Is it 4-4? They gave recharge to TSM. Ooh. That game didn't actually finish, so it could have gone either way. But Halo Data Hive gave the win to TSM. That's why it says 4-4 right now. And I accidentally added an extra point to SSG. That was bad. Yeah, I wouldn't count it as a win or loss because they could have clutched up. It was 2-2, but he probably had issues like right before they got the cap. Still, I think at least a minute on the clock as well. Stellar POV. My whole internet just died. What the hell? Now we're good. SSG fans have gone from like hopeful to praying for their downfall, man. Hopeful, you know, they're going to get it together. It'll just take some time to build some chemistry to nuke this team right now. There's no hope. I had Anzolo in our chat with the SSG image in his username. Change it to Optic. He said he can't be a fan anymore. He's got an Optic fan now. Oh no. Sparty's POV is the culprit. My bad. 6-3 off the opening of this one. Shrew Dingus.
That is just good Halo right there. That is just
damn good Halo.
Oh my God.
Let's go, Shrew. Welcome to the Wayman. Thank you for the Prime Gaming sub. Love to see it. I appreciate you. I think that's the second sub of the day here. We're sitting at 2132. I'm going to reset the goal. I forgot to do it. We're going to go for 22 hundo. Ambitious, but doable. Welcome, Shrew. Appreciate it, man. Go wherever Lucid goes. Ah. Not a fan of the org, fan of the player. I like that. 65 MS ping for a scrim is not ideal. Still finding faces despite it, though. Gonna snap off Druck's head. Looking for Soul Snipe here, too. Won't connect. Talik from behind. Get a pinch and collapse. And a bit of a scary situation here for Snakebite down low. Yeah, no positioning. Manny looking for a second kill off that, too. Take it back. It's Druck. Stellar will find him right away. Felt guilty mooching on YouTube? Oh, that's okay. Is that how it feels on YouTube? We got to get more incentive for the YouTube subs. What's up, Hick? Light work on Talik. Yeah. Boy, what's up, man? Welcome. Looks like he was on 10 MS with that no-scope. Yeah. Just point and click. It's that easy for Stellar. Nah, but guarantee 65 ping is like... That's a ping where you really feel it, you know? Where you really start to notice my connection is playing a factor, you know? Then again, just about any ping, you never know what you're going to get, right? Like, it can say 20 ping, and it just doesn't really feel that way. I don't fully understand it. So can Lucid, yeah. Who knows? It's hard to match formal in accomplishments across multiple titles and just history as a player. He's been around significantly longer, and he's won a lot more. Hope he leaves SSG? SSG is like one of the best orgs to be a part of, isn't it? You're just talking about he's doing too much work as a solo man. We're on Stellar's POV right now, trying to hang on. Hefty lead here, building for TSM. I think they defeated FaZe on this map, too. Or it might have been Live Fire Slayer that we caught the end of. SSG gave Lucid the bag. Hope so. Coming out of Optic. What are the general expectations on Envy so far? I was going to say that they actually win a game on LAN. I would put them in top 8 to 12 until proven otherwise. Even though they're looking better than that online, none of the players have yet to actually, like, prove that, you know, they can really do damage on LAN in top 6 and beyond. So it'd be hard to just guess they'll end up there. It wouldn't necessarily be surprising because they're carrying over their power from online, but just because Luminosity with Piggy and Yaxon had such a rough go, they didn't win a single series. It just makes me wonder whether that, you know, that's something that they can, you know, learn and evolve from with Precision and Descent at this time. Envy just joined Halo. Yeah, Hakeem. We've been talking about it, like hinting at it for a while. Now it's confirmed. Type exclamation mark Envy, like E-N-V-Y. For the full roster. There you go. Thank you, Sheet. I didn't see any Optic scrims today. They scrimmed like 3 or 4 days in a row. Last time they scrimmed was C9 on Sunday, right? Which I missed, unfortunately. So I wasn't surprised to see them take Monday off. If not today, then I guess, you know, here's hoping tomorrow. We're getting pretty close to Dallas, right? So I'm hoping we get another SR scrim. I heard that SSG have been dodging Optic recently. But I'd like to see at least, you know, another SR, maybe another FaZe, Optic scrim. SR the only team to really give them serious trouble, though, you know? Unless they do the rematch with Envy. They should probably do the rematch with Envy. get it right this time. Let's see if it's if it was an outlier performance or if Envy is really that good versus Optic Online. He was moving in the next 3 days? Oh. That's cool. This completely flipped on its head, by the way. TSM was up by, what, 8 or 9? SSG coming back with a vengeance. Going to force the trade here off that sticky. 47 to 42 with camo control. And Lucid Roman looking for the final pick to win this. It's got to be GG's here. Looking for a guaranteed double beatdown. Doesn't quite find it. Gets the shields off. Stellar in position to maybe pick up an angle from down low. Soul Snipe first to drop. 48 now. 49 as he cleans up Talik. Druck on Snipe. I believe we got a player in Cafe guaranteed. Here it is. Man, he knows it's over, too. Somehow Stellar had to work a little harder than expected, but good looks at a SSG to flip that around and take the lead in the scrum once again. Technically it's 5-3, right? Because that win that Halo Data Hive gave to TSM is technically not a win. FaZe canceled their scrim against SR. That's what I've heard. Yeah, people in chat were wondering if that's like a strat. I don't know, like to like book a scrim and then cancel it, you know, just to throw off the end. I don't even know, bro. But apparently FaZe, yeah, canceled with SR. I don't know the details. Creative glaze sent by fans? You mean like you guys want to send me artwork examples for the emote? Hiding in that stupid corner? What, the snakebite corner? There's a snakebite call out on that map in the middle of the map. Chat, type 1 for Lucid, 2 for Stellar, and 3 for Druck. Not gonna lie, this might be a good TSM map. 1 for Lucid, 2 for Stellar, 3 for Druck. Good amount of 1s on the Twitch side. More 2s on the YouTube side, interestingly. It's a close match right now between Lucid and Stellar. We got both their POVs simultaneously. Let's see who dies first. I choose. Whoever dies first between Lucid and Stellar. Sorry, is the one I don't choose. My bad. I choose the one that lives longer. Off the open strat. Lucid coming out with a double. Stellar with a kill of his own. Nobody dying on SSG. Stellar has snipe control. I'm taking Stellar. I'm a liar, I guess. I saw him pick up sniper, and this is what I want to see. We'll go Lucid next.
The enemy has captured Alpha. Another one put down.
He thought he had a repulse, I think, for a second there. Looking down, teeing it up. Coming out with a body shot on Druck. Eco gonna collect B in the meantime. Awkward landing on that panel, right? He landed and sort of like nicked it without full landing on the ledge. Offsetting his timing, so he jumped from a lower altitude. Missed the jump. Dom, what's up, man? Have I heard what Stellar said in APG's chat? Yeah, I think he might have been trolling, man. It just sounds like it. I didn't see it happen, but it sounds like trolling. That they're not reviewing VOD. Like, I really don't know. Shut down by Soul Snipe in the 1v1. They got to watch out for TSM and the pace of play that they can create on this map. I think they beat FaZe here pretty comfortably, right? Once they got you locked in spawn control, get ready to force a trade. Do it quickly. I like that we're holding hands, pushing up center map together here, right? Stellar coming in, opening things up. Snakebite going to replace him, find some damage to clean up a kill. 3 players at SSG occupying C here. They come up with 2 kills. Stellar somehow not ready for mid, thinking Eco has his angle. Eco does get this trade at the very least. Last player dummies should be a C cap for SSG, but a little bit more staggered than hoped. That sniper was Lucid's. Stellar picked it up. Ooh. Subtle use of the QT right there. Just enough to avoid the nade cleanly. Trying to connect a sticky QT there too would have been nice. Not a lot of time collected off that hit to C plat, right? It took them a long time to get out with it, and they didn't maintain any control off it.
Active camo available.
17 seconds is all we got for SSG, despite the sandbox and kills. Hasn't done well on live fire for months. They might be at a disadvantage. That camo just got collected. I'm going to assume SSG has it, with Eco occupying that space off spawn. Here's Eco, the saving grace, likely with the camo. Yep, making his way to Sniper here. Still going to make sure he keeps him alive. Eco gets dropped by Manny. It was the sidekick to open it up, and the bandit execution out of Manny to kill Eco instantly. Maybe not the greatest camo sequence there. How about just Argyle in general, Ash? Argyle was kind of fun. Stellar's had moments with Sniper where he's looked like the best player in the game. Haven't seen that yet this game. Snipe didn't quite work out for him off the opening. Is everyone worse with Snipe now? Maybe it's just that everyone is better at countering or knowing how to play away from it. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody's got the Snipe in play, then people know how to tailor their playstyle to avoid the obvious angles and to move in certain ways to make them miss because they're so used to getting shot in different circumstances. So it's a combination, maybe, of, like, pros being better at avoiding or awkwardly challenging off angles and whatnot. Avoiding some of the obvious ways that Stellar might pick up his kills. I don't think the Sniper got any more difficult to use. SSG versus FaZe is when I notice Stellar is always alone and roaming. Lucid sometimes alone and roaming. Snakebite and Nico are playing together. Lucid plays team scoring. AKA team is not on the same page with their timing. I mean, right now they're both coordinating a hit on A, right? Eco through Rat Tunnel. Stellar getting preoccupied with Manny up on A plat. Doesn't end up dying in the process, but his teammate's going to switch out for him. We're raising the max input threshold to 15. Take notes. Was that movement or look? If he just zipped his look input threshold, which I think he did, up to 15,
We captured Bravo.
might make his sense harder to control and snappier. Which is already looking snappier, I'm not going to lie. Was that a good change, though? We'll see.
Enemy team scoring. Active camo available.
Nemesis I put in top 6. They have the potential to do better than that, but that's where they are right now. Who's in Envy? Type exclamation mark Envy in the chat.
Stronghold Alpha.
It's Piggy's team.
We've captured Charlie.
Half luminosity, 1 part last complexity, or like complexity from the last season, or whatever, the last version of complexity. And then 1 part infamous. Okay, they got some good coverage on the map right now. Trying to get a trip cap going here. Spawners in tower. Struggling to get any sort of time here for SSG as TSM does dominate this game. That's why I told you Druck might be a good POV for this game. TSM, this is one of their better map game types. And it's cool to see it from the winning POV. Won't be so rare anymore? It might not be. Yeah, I think they're unvaulting it.
The enemy
Envy
has
skin.
captured Bravo. Enemy team.
Once again, off a 2-cap. Manny not ready at all. Going to drop on his face. 3v3. I mean, let's see if they can get some sort of sequence going here.
Now we keep it that way.
Off what looks like maybe a bit of map control. TSM working so well together in mid-map to drop Lucid, who's solo. Finds a nade on Druck somehow. And that answer might give him an opportunity to guarantee this. B-cap, they will. Star in the feet out of Eco. Tala gets a trade at the very least, but he was last one up on the map here in small door. Temporary trip cap. Spawners out in OS here too. One of them split mud as they put pressure on OS. Good awareness out of Stellar to not die to that right away. They're closing the gap. Maybe we spoke too soon.
Stronghold Charlie lost.
Wild thinking United was the top team that made it to grand finals. Yeah. It was a little unexpected at the time.
Gained the lead.
Considering some of the other competition that was in the tournament, like Optic and FaZe.
Active camo inbound.
Stellar somehow getting completely shut down on timing there. Just getting nuked by Manny and Soul Snipe. Soul Snipe coming out with a bandit kill as well. Leaving Eco alone on the camo platform. No idea how he comes out with that camo. Good looks out of him. Trip cap out of TSM. They're pressing their advantage. Eco dies to a sticky, though. Or dies with a melee trade, I guess. Not getting out with that camo. Ooh, good target switch. Should be able to guarantee B now, too. Off the map he goes. Literally just nicked it. He could have late jumped off that if he reacted to clipping it as he fell. All of that work and they don't cap B, though, right? Like, they literally 3 dead of them. How do they not turn a capture into that? Somehow dying in the process. Looks like a clean collapse. Snakebite with a fight on A here. Doesn't win it against Soul Snipe. Gonna bring that other member of SSG back to the hill. Another 1v1 lost. Somehow Stellar off that sense change. Gonna lose that 1v1 and a reset on B at 198 and counting. We're the 200-point mark for TSM. And I'm a little too curious to see how it's going on Drux POV at 202 right now. That was a very important 1v1 to lose in Pillars right there.
Oh, no, maybe.
Giving TSM what might be their last advantage in the game. Spawners and OS here. At least that's what Drux anticipating. Eco Snakebite coming out with kills. Trip cap for TSM. Drux the only one alive in the situation. Crazy range to kill Stellar with the sidekick, right? Hard to pull off. Doesn't get away with it. Teammate playing solo in back B while they fight for the camo. Somehow gets the reset on it too, slowing it down. That was huge out of Manny and Soul Snipe.
Nice. I'm on 2. Yeah,
Trading A for C.
Got
a reset on B. Burns, what's up, man? Welcome. Tolly with a sniper. It's looking like it's going to end here. 2:30 and counting.
Look at me. I'm watching garage.
2 dead again. Garage guaranteed.
On the right. One back to Joe. One's a B. Ready.
Stellar solo in B here. Even if he forced the trade, it would have been okay. He still comes out and dies. 243 and counting. SSG looking for C to stop any sort of bleeding, but there's no hope at this rate. The damn good Halo's exactly as you'd expect, JRP. It's damn good, brother. Or Sharp C.
Yeah.
Have any idea why Stellar doesn't look as dominant anymore? I don't know, bro. I don't know. He's playing on 65 ping right now. I don't know if that means much for the that 1v1 fight, but he is playing on higher ping. I don't like that skin on the sidekick, to be honest. Feels too bulky. Yeah, I have it on mine. I haven't messed with it too much. It's the water gun, right?
Nah, but if they don't get that first bomb on Fortress, like, I don't know.
TSM, I think, is getting better. They beat FaZe yesterday. They're getting better as far as online scrims are concerned. I think it's starting to click with Manny. Soda! Welcome back, man.
Good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo.
My God. Just got back from London, Paris, Eldenburg, Gaslow. Wow, you traveling. What I missed in the last 2 weeks. More of the same for the most part, right? Like the scrims continue as we prep for Dallas, DreamHack Dallas. A couple new org announcements. Omit from Call of Duty joined and sponsored the Collects team. They picked up Collects team. We've got Luminon picking up a roster full of pros from the first 2 years of Halo Infinite that have been gone for a bit. They're coming back together, which is kind of cool. And Envy just signed a team, Piggy's team. So, as far as like notable signings, yo, it's lit. Thank you for the YouTube follow, man. Welcome. Outside of that, just watching the scrims, keeping up with the teams and their practice en route to Dallas, right? Welcome back, Soda. Just want to show off you're making cheesecake? Can I see? I want to see the cheesecake. Can Can you show it off for the chat? I'm guessing Druck is a little bit behind with his stream. They reset it. Damn, bro. For the complexity scrim. Not sure if obviously he's not live. It's a good series, yeah. Yesterday was surprisingly close too. While I was hoping to see other, more teams competing, I know the SR Phase 1 got canceled. I'm not disappointed with this matchup. Sparty still playing against Super CC, Looney, and team. Looney coming out of Gunplexion's team, joining those guys is interesting. It's cool to see Descendant live. He's just not scrimming. Repping that new Envy org. Just put Sparty's POV on screen. Yeah, Cody. That was weird, right? Like not capping B, for example. Like I don't know what happened there. I got to look more closely myself and just make sure like I'm not missing things. What am I hearing? Descendant, that's what it is. Looney and Jackson get opportunities, but he keeps getting left out. Yeah, what's going on there? Must be something about Gunny's game that people don't trust. How old is Looney? He's a young guy, right? He's like 18, I think. Seeing him play with Ice Kid. Ice Kid's a young player too. With Envor and Super CC, who both came from Fnatic. Got a lot of competitive history with Halo. Expecting them to beat Complexity, I think is kind of unlikely. Though not a bad scrim for them, right? It's like a good competitive scrim for that team to get practice. Complexity, on the other hand, maybe not their best source of, I guess all practice is practice, right? Or good practice, I don't know. Fuck. Not sure what to expect from the matchup. I'm going to say Complexity likely come out on top. What's the drama with Hoaxer and Precision? Honestly, I don't know too much about it, but I'm down to take a look at it. Whoa. Halo CE unreleased soundtrack to The Lost Muse. Sure. I don't know this song. Wait, I think I do recognize this song. They're about to start Fortress CTF. I thought I could just check his replies and find it right away, but I guess maybe... Alright. Maybe we'll go check it later. Lucid POV, Scrim is 5-5. One game sort of shouldn't count for TSM, but we'll just go ahead and pretend it's tied. Would I get a low taper fade? What do I have? Do I not have that? Or something similar? Needs a confidence boost. Yeah, maybe. All that vibrance? Yeah, I don't know. It is a little, maybe a little much. I agree, Grant. Seeing more orgs in Halo Esports and seeing a flawless flag cap off the opening of this game. Two things I love to see in Halo. What the hell was that? 45 seconds in, Lucid, as if he's playing nobody on the map. Druck flying off the map. What is going on right now? In the courtyard. Talik dying. TSM throwing this game away. I've got no idea. Stellar with a sniper occupying HUD right now. A lower taper is what I have a temp fade. It's like a little higher up. Yeah, no, I don't know. I probably wouldn't mess with it. Good news. Your 9-year-old ranked you up to gold. Let's go, Gibson. That reminds me, I got to get back to somebody about coaching a 10-year-old. I've never done that before. Almost done already? Yeah, this scrim started earlier than expected, Barbosa, but at least 5 more games, I would think. We're in game 11. 4 or 5 more games. Mohawk fade. And running out of ammo right before he kills him. Should hopefully be a cleanup by Stellar here. They're going to give up OS. Bro. And then he gets a backspec. I have no idea what's going on. They have clear numbers advantage over OS, and Soul Snipe just slips in like nobody's business and then dies immediately. Lucid now occupying HUD. A lot of action going on the opposite side of the map. If he kills Druck here, that might be a pull opportunity. Spawner's coming up now, though. He could get crossed. I love this rotate. Oh, my God. He hits it. Lucid. Beautiful. Wait. Who asked me for 20 bucks for this? Didn't... What's his name? Milkmain? Mailman, bro. Fuck. Mailman said he would give me 20 bucks if somebody hit that rotate in a competitive game. Does this count? This is literally scrims. Chat, maybe clip that. Or I'll go back and check it. Lucid hit the G slide, flag grab, jumps off the post or whatever this is. And they don't get the flag cap. No way. Yeah, a little bit. Pull out the receipts. Yeah, but he didn't cap the flag. Maybe I'll wait until I see a flag cap off that. That definitely could have happened, though. On ranking teams than in COD? What do you mean by on ranking teams, Joey? Taken more seriously? How seriously they're taken varies from the team to team for the most part, I guess, right? Like, I think some players don't really think too highly, or yeah, some players might not take it too seriously. Some might see it as an indication of their performance. Practice is important, you know, but like ultimately the results are what matter. So we'll forget about the practice when we see the results, you know? It's like it gives us a conversation. Value, let's go. You clipped a low taper fade. No, you didn't. Did you? Or unless you clipped the flag. Sure, Dab. COD and Halo going to run simultaneously with DreamHack. Correct. I don't know where they're going to be positioned, like if they're side by side in the venue or different sides of the venue, you know. But they're gonna both be happening same weekend together in the same venue. Tell me they get a stop on this flag. Man, he kills him. Last second kill to prevent it, but then dual child out on both sides. He'll drop. Likely going to get collected by a member of TSM here. Still got some coverage over top of it, though. Stellar looking for an answer. Numbers advantage to SSG if they can hold on to it. Stellar and Eco coming out with 2 here for a 3v2 advantage. Lucid going to cut off the extension at a Manny. And that might give SSG an opportunity to pull a flag if they can be a little bit quicker here. Eco for another kill on Druck. Druck likely going to shut this down. Snake Bite with a star on Soul Snipe. Druck, Taulik, they all die. Flag pull opportunity. Why are we not running it? Manny's the only guy alive. We're looking for Manny. It took them a while to like get the pull. And will that hurt them in the end? Druck is a kill on Eco. Flag somehow not moving. No freaking way, bro. What just happened, right? Does Lucid need to be the guy that runs and tries to kill Manny? Why can't they come back and kill him later? They're going to lose the game off this. I don't know. I feel like they might have had some intel on where Manny was, but Lucid was in position to get an immediate flagpole and just run that straight through underpass and guarantee the flag before the spawners came up. They had perfect timing. That was kind of irritating, not gonna lie. Something went horribly wrong. Watching the recent Optic podcast, they said they were talking about their approach to VOD. In my opinion, do I think it's possible to review too much VOD or that there isn't a limit? Again, like, you know, there's no set process for how this works, hey? I do think it's possible to, like, overthink and, like, kind of paralysis by analysis a little bit, you know, sometimes. If you're trying to work too hard at, like, figuring out the issue or, like, ironing out certain things, you might, like... Yeah, you could definitely stunt your momentum a little bit, too. You know, you can, like, overdo it, for sure. Again, it's a balancing act, and it really varies from team to team. Watched a lot of VOD this season. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if SSG are watching more VOD together this season than they've ever watched on any other team. The only VOD basic situations, big moments of control, things that happen often. I see. Bickwin, welcome to the chat, man. And good looks on Wednesday. I'll check it out through Metafy so I can book it. But I'm down for the evening, man. Thank you. Didn't watch VOD until this game. Got my worst average placing ever. Uh-oh. So the same thing's kind of happening with Stellar and SSG right now. Is like, as a result of their circumstances, they're checking out some more VOD maybe than they're used to. And it could be having the opposite effect. Because they might be overthinking things and slowing themselves down, maybe, you know? Is like kind of my theory. Yeah. But like that situation, did you see that earlier, Mikwin? They had 3 dead. Manny was last alive in their base. And Lucid opts to run to mid-map to start fighting Manny in the HUD. And they didn't pull the flag right away. Like, it took them like 5 to 6 seconds to actually get the flag off the pedestal. So the enemy, TSM, spawned early enough to shut the flag down, despite them being, there's nobody in the base. Like, I don't know. That just kind of fell apart. Lucid just pulls flag and they slay on the way back. Yeah, that made sense to me. They might be in their own heads. Lucid was like in position to G-slide the flag out instantly, and instead they had to come back and pick it up for him, and they lost a lot of valuable timing. Yeah. This game should be over. Yeah, Mikwin's always got some good insights. I mean, there's got to be some value to VOD review, of course. I think once you're a pro player, you've definitely, like, you understand and have studied the game to a T at that point. There's definitely some benefit to it, but yeah, I think the opposite can happen, which is what we're seeing. It can overcomplicate things and have players thinking too much when they should just kind of instinctively know the right play to make off of each other in the moment, you know? Solo VOD sessions are good. Teams are interesting. I mean, with team, you're going to have competing viewpoints and whatnot, so you might come out of like a team VOD session feeling like you're not on the same page because you might see things differently. Yeah, that could lead to like a hurdle for sure. I don't know. Yeah. And you're like, damn, I thought I was vibing with this guy. And then after the VOD session, I'm like, I don't really know. We're not synced up anymore. Opens a door for nitpicks. Yeah. And then depending on how you take like potential criticism about your play, how you navigate those dynamics, it could make things very complicated. Yeah. Score is 6-5 TSM now. And that was a game that SSG should have won. That was a pretty disappointing one where I feel like we could all, you know, in the chat see that there was some clear coordination issues. They lost it after getting a perfect flag run off the opening strat and having a comfortable lead throughout the game with lots of opportunities. Yeah. Elamite, he knows how to play the game. You've got 5 different perspectives, you know, players who you know, all see things a little bit differently. Eco probably doesn't want to step on any toes, or not Eco, Elamite, I would assume, would want to be. You got to be very careful about how you navigate working with a team as a coach. So unbelievably different. Difference between Emma and Scrims. Nemesis, welcome, man. Remember Kratos and Swish criticizing every single one of Hate'Of plays like a week before the event when I team with them? Oh, no. Just sitting there like, you might want to chill. Did that cost it? No way. War Turtle, what's up, brother? Doing excellent, man. I hope you're well. Let's go. Talking a little bit about just the whole paralysis by analysis, kind of overthinking as a result of VOD review, and being really careful about how you watch VOD as a team if you do it all, because it could lead to criticisms, nitpicking people's gameplay, and then, you know, hurting the vibes a little bit come LAN. We were terrible? That's rough, bro. The mental game is such a huge component of this, man. Natasha, welcome. How you doing? We out here in Bomb Aqua right now. 2 minutes into the game, Lucid spots the thrust. He'll reroute. Should be able to clean up Soul Snipe. Nicely done. 2 dead. Bomb rotate opportunity off the camo pickup. Looking pretty good for SSG if they can occupy util side here. Lucid taking a lot of damage out of nowhere. Nobody's got his angle. Not sure what happened. Gunny on a new team. Oh, wait, Gunny's new team already over with? I don't know. What did you hear, Dom? Was Gunny was scrimming with some players recently? How do you coach a team of world champs? Good question, man. I'm intimidated just thinking about it. You know, it's like, fuck. Who am I? Who am I? I mean, you know, obviously Elamite's much more well-equipped. It's an art, I think. Coaches that know exactly where to add value are invaluable. But a coach can't really solve SSG's problems. Do you think Lunchbox, if you put Lunchbox in there, do you think he would... I don't know. I don't want to put anybody on the spot. I'm wondering if there's like... if there's some sort of a player that could come in and like save the vibes. Miquin, if you were to replace somebody on SSG, this is kind of a hot take thing, but would you replace someone? Like, would you change the team? Like, what would be your fantasy roster with what's sort of like available outside of the top 2? This opinion about VOD is what got Rambo fired from the Optic COD team. Nitpicking shit. Whoo! You got to be so self-aware with everything in life, but I think especially your approach to navigating a team, understanding, like, you know, how to properly give feedback in a way that's going to be well received, or else you're completely like chalking things. It's really interesting. They just don't work together well. Yeah, that's the vibe that I'm getting too. But it's like, who could replace it to make it better? I don't freaking know. I just have to see something happen. Lost a lot of subs. Yeah, it's part of the process. War Turtle for sure, but you know, we're still grinding. Some days are awesome. Some days, you know, kind of chill. Today's been kind of chill. Historically, this type of off-pacing doesn't ever get solved. I remember when you talked about like coaching, and you're a tell it like it is kind of guy. I kind of like that you brought that up, you know, because you're not wrong in saying that. That is an interesting thing to note. Is like SSG circumstances. We've gotten past the point of like, will they find Kim? And now we're saying, like, you know, historically teams in this situation, they don't figure it out. War Turtle
My God.
with 5. Love to see it. Frost, hashtag CLPY, Reigns, and Cypher. Welcome, welcome. Eli, welcome to the chat. My take was adding Trippy to the roster somehow, but I don't know who he'd replace. Yeah, and it's like nobody wants to be that guy to say, like, drop this player and put Trippy there. Yeah, for the sake of, like, chemistry, I think Lucid and Trippy being a duo again would definitely help the man. Trippy's been looking real good individually on FaZe, but FaZe still have yet to really kind of break things open, and their scrims recently have been inconsistent as well. Norm with 12, no way!
Right there. That is just damn good Halo.
My God, Norm, welcome to the chat. Love to see you. Total 240 subs in the channel. JRD, Rocks, Chicken, Theati, Community Gamer, Luck, Schmuck, Sinister Smalls, thank you for the follow. Noob Eater, Lone Wolf, Fish Dude, VL Stealthy, Goose Guy, and Crispy, welcome to the way. You can thank Norm and War Turtle for being goated. Let's go. War Turtle with another Natasha. Well deserved.
That is just damn good Halo.
My God. Welcome back, Natasha. Let's go. It's a head scratcher. Yeah. Dude, this insight has been amazing. You guys haven't, y'all haven't heard Miquin's takes?
That is just good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo.
My God. Buzzsaw getting the sub as well. Another well-deserved sub in the chat. Thank you, War Turtle. Let's go. With Rubik's Cube. All the dedicated
right
viewers
there.
getting the
That
subs.
is just damn good Halo.
My God. Thank you, War Turtle. Welcome, Rubik's. All still capable of winning tournaments, but it might be a case of it won't work.
That is just
Yeah.
good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo. My God.
So right up sometimes it's hard. Yeah. Hey, I think a good maybe counter example. Natasha, thank you for the biddies. Is Manny joining TSM and how much chemistry seems to matter, you know, when it comes to the team dynamic. Like, Manny on paper, I don't put him as, like, a superstar individually, but it feels like TSM is getting better and that FaZe and SSG are stagnating. CJ Flair, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. Even though SSG have the advantage in this game, I do think that, like, yeah, adding Manny to that team, on paper, he should not be the difference that you think, like, a Lucid would be on an SSG, but the team seems to be getting better. Tempo and pace is everything in this game. Yeah, and TSM know how to play at that high pace of play. Man, he's used to this system, and it seems to be helping. He's coming out with a double here, by the way. Soul Snipe with the kill. That'll execute the guys in the base. Vibe similar playstyles, def huge. Yeah. Makes really good tempo plays. Great tempo player, regardless of how people feel about him. I think that's really important. TSM aren't really heavy when it comes to slays, right? They got outslayed by FaZe yesterday, but they're not afraid to push out the map and to take risks with their style of play, creating openings with the OBJ that FaZe wasn't finding yesterday. So it's cool to see that out of Soul Snipe. Soul Snipe died nearly 300 times, but he got so many flag opportunities for TSM.
This is the way.
2 more subs. Who wants one? Damn. Ascend, thank you for the follow, man. Welcome. Sinister, welcome to the chat. Lucid Max Damon, he's doing work out here. They still got 4 minutes. Comfortable lead to work with. 50-50 plays that lead to efficiency if they make the play. I see. But it seems like for whatever reason, if they don't make the play, they're not hurting too bad, at least in that scrim.
That is just good Halo.
If it doesn't
right
work.
there. That is just damn good Halo.
My God. Caffeine, welcome. War Turtle with another. Caffeine, welcome. Love to see you with one more. Sake, JM.
That is just damn good Halo. My God.
War Turtle, thank you so much, brother. You're a freaking goat. 636 total subs in the channel is insanity. We out here at 2156. Love to see it. And another, Mr. Chief. Welcome.
That is just damn good Halo. My God.
If they scam, it's not a good position for the opponent. I like that. That's a good way to look at it. It's like they're making a 50-50 play in the 1v1, but because of the circumstances, even if it doesn't come out in their favor, they still have to move up on the map. By the time that they spawn, they haven't given up a ton of opportunity to SSG necessarily in the situations they're making their plays. They're kind of like pushing up, getting in their base, making them, you know, forcing the 1v1. Where if they win it, it's a huge opening. If they lose it, it's like, okay, they lost some timing, you know, but not the end of the world. Tug-of-war ideology. Yeah, they're spending more time on their side of the map. Make a fast-ass play and die. It's not as likely punishing when they kill at their 10-yard line. Exactly. Yeah, I love that. That's very cool. Yeah, it's kind of like how Halo 5 was played with Splice. Splice was like not letting anybody breathe. They get off their spawn, they're getting shot immediately. And that relentless pressure is what kept them rolling through worlds, right? With the 4-0. Roster Mania results made me surprised how it seems like natural chemistry roles is needed for teams. It's hard for teams to figure out what each player should do and adapt or something. Yeah, for sure. I think part of the reason why, I mean, you go back to FaZe and, like, we had a lot of large duos split as a result of this Roster Mania, and that's part of the reason why chemistry seems to be all over the place, right? Like, Snakebite and Royal 2 splitting up. That was unexpected. Lucid and Trippy. These are, like, duos and chemistry that's been created over many years of understanding how to play around that specific playstyle and then having to change for somebody entirely different. It's a big adjustment. Getting 2 people no shields and dying can still have an immensely positive effect for your team and their ability to take positioning. For sure, it alleviates spacing on the map for your team to occupy and makes it easier for them to maintain map control when you're dead, right? So, nice to say. Everyone plays like Splice now is basically what it is, yeah. Especially in Halo Infinite because you got like an infinite thrust essentially attached to your freaking body. You can G-slide anywhere at any time. Envy is back. It's official now. Yeah, Piggy's team. It's pretty sweet. We got less than a minute in this, and Lucid is just dropping foes left and right. You're coming out with 2. Looking for Talik off the bank nade. It's beautiful. Finds the triple. Where's the 4th? Don't even matter. Manny. Oh, he should have given it to him. Might have been a late over. Tommy Damn Wilson. It's clear that individually this man is still very talented. Just unfortunate that things aren't working out chemistry-wise right now. I think Dallas is the kicker. Dallas is the final dagger. You know, depending on how it goes, with the 2-month gap between Dallas and what's to come, then, you know, maybe we do see a team change if things don't go well. Envy, frickin' Piggy, are you serious? Envy was a franchise built on tradition, honor, pedigree, championships. Talk about names like Eric Daniel Rona. Austin McCleary, Hook and Pistola. Yeah, there you go. I mean, Mick went on Envy right now, too. How the fuck do we go from that to freaking Envy Piggy? The slander, bro. The slander. Fast is easy to get confused with aggression, so I use different verbs. There's tempo places that lead you to your team playing at a high pace. High pace is the meta. Tempo plays. Tempo plays. That's very true. Mick, when you got so much insight to provide the community, it's kind of nuts, man. We got to figure out a way to get you a bigger soapbox or something, man. Piggy is your father. But you're right in that they're 2 different ideas, right? You can play at a fast tempo and not necessarily be an aggressive player. I think your explanation of Last Shot's gameplay is a good example. He's a very high tempo player, but not always the most aggressive, right? He's got that like 2-shot rule that you mentioned. He's going to either move aggressively or defensively, but still move quickly based on how things go in the first 2 shots in the fight. New intel I'm missing? All the intel's pretty much wrapped up at this point. Now that we've announced Envy, we've announced Omit, right? So, doing pretty good. Hype Train success! War Turtle, big part of that. And Norm, thank you guys so much for the level 6 Hype Train. Insane, bro. Good progress towards 22 hundo. Streamed every day for 70 days. Yeah, he's streaming. He's... Turn his damn stream on? No, that's not what it is. It's just the right... We got to put him in the right spot to do the work, you know? Like on the analyst desk or on like the LVT couch or something like that, you know? Put him on the spot, ask him the right questions, just let him go. All good, man. Why does Eco and Stellar not have SSG nameplates? Intel? Chat, Intel? No SSG nameplates? I don't know. Stellar just turned his stream off after that game as well. SSG do win it, though, so it is tied 6-all. Getting to the end of the scrim here as well. I think they played a Slayer earlier, so we still have, I think, at least 3 more OBJ matches. We'll see. That is freaking nuts, Yum does. You might want to see a doctor. Oh, is he in the watch party? The BTH watch party? That's a good idea. That's a shame, Eli. Eli's busy with a full-time job now. The song is so chill. Going drugs POV.
As long as possible to score.
One's out. He can't weak. Bomb tower.
How do you fix SSG without taking players from the top two?
Camera.
I don't know, bro.
Top tower.
I would need to know, like, what's the internal dialogue like, I guess. I don't know. It seems like it's a chemistry thing, you know? It's like, how can we get them on the same page? Is there some way to do that? It's, try to find a way to get their vibes high, determination high, and on the same page. I don't know.
That's the thing.
Just a grind, yeah, for sure.
Actually.
I gotta get angrier.
I need a big door.
Shot.
What's up tower?
So with the lack of optic scrims, they I missed their scrim on Sunday. If you didn't know that, Mikey, they had a C9 scrim on Sunday. They played like 3 or 4 days of scrims in a row, and they haven't scrimmed in 2 now. So hopefully tomorrow. I'm not sure. They'll never do this, but need H5 splice for to H5 splice it for a week. How does that work exactly? You're saying like just play 2v2s? No VOD, 2v2 each other, and not scrim anyone or talk about Halo to each other. Ooh, I like that as like a crazy cold turkey, out of the box change.
Needles, red pipe door behind you.
Tell them to completely change things.
Watch out for pipes. 2 stacks.
Beat the fuck out of one another and reset.
Down.
It's kind of a cool idea. The issue is we're a week out from Dallas.
Enemy halfway to victory.
Like proper competitive 2v2s,
Enemy has the ball.
I think is what he's saying.
Ball dropped.
Even though Infinite works so differently
Enemy has the ball.
in 4s, you know, but
Ball dropped.
talk about how SSG seems to have a power struggle. Too many people want the final say, but who knows really? Yeah,
Watch out bottom mid cellar.
a little bit of that too. Communication issues.
Nice, good. Nice.
They'll get 4th for sure regardless. Yeah, I mean, they're already practiced enough to hold their placement, right? So that might not be a bad idea. Like, literally just, like, stop all scrims and just duke it out in 2v2s without any VOD review for a full week. Just fly blind, baby. With those players and how used to being prepared they are, like, I feel like that goes directly against Snakebite's approach to hard work, like his work ethic and preparation. Might be interesting, though. Just hit some crazy G slides in 2v2 and pick up the pace.
Shock rifle available.
What's Neil's, I think?
You win a kissing cut.
I'm gonna throw you the ball.
Winner goes to IGL. Winner gets to IGL in a kissing contest. Bro.
2 long, 1 shot, 2 1 shot long. One's big door and one's
Fear the
glass.
pie.
One's
What's
grapple,
up, brother? How you
grapple.
doing? Welcome.
2, bottom right now.
Ball dropped.
Slow style team. I don't even know if I would say Rindoob is a slow style team. Like they definitely try to play very fast Halo when they got their openings. You can see Rindoob orchestrate it while it's happening. If any, sometimes they play too fast.
Yep, that's skimming.
Make those bullets sting, Spark.
I think there's tower. On you, man.
One of the best Temple players. He just can't shoot. You say like it is, bro.
He's 1 hell. He's 7.
It's tough. Like it's like Ryan's understanding of the game is so clear. Like he clearly has an excellent read on how the game works and how to play tempo when he gets the opportunity, and that gives him a fighting chance. But you can tell when you watch his POV versus like Stellar or somebody else who's just super clean with their shot. Yeah, I don't know. But it's a good example of like you don't need to be the best shot in the game to still win scenarios and know how to play the game properly, right? But it is apparent when it really matters in the highest level of competition, because when it comes to the highest level, you have to have it all. And that's where it seems to differentiate itself. Yeah, he definitely like he'll have a moment where it's going really well for the team and he's in the right places, and then he'll just get world start. Like do no damage and just get absolutely bodied, which I know from personal experience how that feels. Happens a lot.
Turn.
Young Guns, you came up with H5, have a tempo event? Yeah, maybe.
I'm down to hit tower. Hey, Glass. Last week.
Wait, what was the team you built? Top 3 Spartans players I've ever met. Fair.
Some more, tell me.
Just want to find flow, that's it. Interesting remark considering Lucid, who really likes to analyze everything. Yeah, it's like the way that Stellar and Eco might want to approach things, especially with the way that they used to play as H5 Splice, and the way that Lucid and Snakebite treat improving and discipline and teamwork. Like, I think there's a clash there too. That's the tricky thing too.
We bomb tower Stellar, have shield, bomb tower.
Sorry, with Eco as your first pick, because he brings it all together. Interesting.
Yeah, let's get.
Just give him the young talent with that are players of few words, right? I think that the benefit of having somebody like Formal who communicates so much is his teammates. Well, they calm a lot. They're not like the most talkative. Not looking to own the spotlight in that regard.
Yeah, I got it.
Sure, Jaja.
Gain the lead.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole thing with like just can't shoot, you know, is that really what it is? It's like there's just a talent to shooting, and no matter what kind of practice or effort you put into it, like some players just can't shoot. Like, is that what's being said, or is it just like that discipline that Ryan Doob, you know, maybe he doesn't spend as much time working on that discipline in his play and focuses elsewhere, being as busy as he is with his job and everything else that he's got in his life these days.
Yeah, bomb mid.
Tells himself these things. There's definite upper limit. There's always going to be a talent factor, but is it? I don't know if it's like to the degree of. I don't know. Is this shit like anime, bro? They always have that dialogue of like, is it just talent, you know? And then there's that one character whose talent is their ability to just like be relentless. They just get better exponentially.
Yeah, they have shock. You have shock camo. Where?
West Coast offense is the meta. Can't use hindsight to support an argument. Brian tells himself these things. What about the aiming stuff? Is it like a self-fulfilling prophecy a little bit too? Like he was saying he's like too old or something like that. Like is he just creating a self-fulfilling dialogue, you know? That's like leading to his shot not hitting. A little bit of that maybe.
Have shields. Suitcases.
Do they care enough to change it? Watch too much anime to believe in limits, bro.
On shock, I think.
The way that anime characters treat progress and competition and like personal development improvement, shit's inspiring as hell.
Enemy has the ball.
I wish I could see my grind that way.
Yeah, 2 weak top red, 2 1 shot top red.
Sure,
Smoke
Steve.
yourselves.
Full team around Renegade to juice him. Hard not to do that, seeing how well he played at Arlington. Just knowing his upper limit, Renegade at Arlington, the man looked like it's a thing of beauty, man. Anime Windbreaker, yeah, I watched a little bit. What I don't like about that show is that they just freaking fight for no reason, right? That's just what it is. They just like, I don't know. It's Like their whole thing is like built around their school system is built around just like fighting. Like it just kind of it's hard for me to disconnect my realistic brain from it.
Yeah, long haul.
Ball dropped.
Enemy shields down.
Good. 3 ball. One shot.
It's like Tokyo Revengers of that time travel. Yeah. I was rewatching the first season of Kaiju number 8 because the second season's coming out in the summer.
One's Neos.
I really enjoyed it.
One's top A, there's baiting. One's top A. Okay, one shot now.
Sure, fairly.
One shot orange door.
Truck dying with camo like that is unfortunate. Tali coming out with 2 though.
Top tower now.
The TSM locked this out. Off 2 dead. Soul Snipe with an early play ball. Doesn't find a trade in the gunfight. He'll lose it, leaving Druck alone here on gold. Just going to occupy this space and live as long as possible. Forces a trade, gets pre-nade damage in, and the spawn splits. Soul Snipe finds 1, looking for 2. Oh, nice attempt.
And glass.
Yeah, it wasn't a huge windbreaker thing. I don't know. It didn't like
There's 2 top red.
inspire me. I don't know.
There's 2 top red.
Enemy has the ball.
There's this anime that's like it's like a sports anime
Stick play.
with these girls that race or something.
Stick play never died.
They're like a different. They're not even like human, and they have
Let's see.
ears. Fucking, but they race each other like horses.
We're pinching.
It's kind of weird, but it's okay. It's not bad actually.
Nice.
An ally has slain the carrier.
Much in front.
Sports anime can be done really well.
Go by. Keep flash shooting me.
Have you guys heard of that one? It's a new one. Yes, Derby Girls. Is that what it's called? That shit. Community Gamer likes it.
Bomb tower.
I'm kind of feel weird watching it. I'm not gonna lie, because they race these girls like horses, bro. Like, what's going on with that?
Yeah, I pushed top red, Mikey.
But the main character is kind of cool and like it's got the vibey like the sports anime motivational kind of like Haikyuu and like Kuroko no Basket, like those sports anime. You know, they make you feel some type of way.
And top A.
There's a little bit of that in every anime, bro. But no, it's not that bad.
Ball dropped. Enemy has the ball.
Got to get over the weirdness to find peak.
Yeah, one's needles.
That's such a weeb thing to say.
One's red pipe door. Hellers.
Ball dropped.
3.
For whatever reason, that
Sorry,
anime is the
sorry.
top ranked right now. That Derby one. This season is weak. I'm not gonna lie. This spring season is pretty weak.
We have
Anyway,
Allied carrier down.
going on a big old tangent here.
One batteries.
Interesting conversation though that we had.
There's 2 tower push me to give me up, Mikey.
Not much we can do about it except sit here and sort of continue speculating until SSG make a decision, you know. And that won't be happening until after DreamHack at the earliest.
Oh my god.
They're close.
Enemy has the ball. Ball
Say embrace the
might go
weirdness,
TSC,
my
might
good
go
man.
yeah,
Yeah, you know,
yes.
in some
Take
circumstances
it back
for
there.
sure.
One tower. One bomb mate, tell me. Bomb tower. Dude, bomb tower. I got melted.
Blue Lock, yeah, Blue Lock's got good vibes there too. I don't like. I wish they did a little bit more with the animation because they could do so much with it. But it's a good anime.
One's half full or
team
something.
nearing victory.
Two.
Ball dropped. We have the ball.
And top red cellar. Top red.
Made you relearn volleyball and play at parks and clubs. Yeah, the cool thing about that stuff is it actually makes the sport more popular. Like I feel like volleyball got like a resurgence in popularity because of that anime. It's pretty dope.
Shock rifle available.
Yeah. I burned it. He's in smoke.
It was all right, Dan to Dan. It's cool. It's a little weird,
Stacks right now. Stacks.
confusingly weird.
Bomb tower mid-bridge.
But the animation is satisfying. The characters are cool. I didn't finish the season though. I got pretty far and then I sort of dropped it.
The ball's top red, what the fuck? Big door. Big door half. Weak glass.
Plasma grenade.
Solo leveling was the best from last season,
Never kill glass. Tell me.
for sure.
Seize the skull.
One shot. Which stacks?
We have the
Yeah.
ball.
Top red.
Oh my
I got
god.
naded somehow.
Almost put in the 1v1 in 98 seconds here. They're trying to make this work from pipes. SSG getting aggressive on it. They'll find it. 99. 4 dead,
Lost possession.
I believe. Oh my god, he kills him with a backsmack the instant before he gets a point here. Lucid now 1 shot in gold. They can keep that going.
No,
80
no,
seconds
no.
and counting.
Tony,
TSM
just
looking to
one
lock
C,
this
C.
out with 99 points for
Hypercross,
SSG.
hypercross,
Guaranteed
hypercross.
C spawns. Manny getting pushed up by 2
Go on.
of
We're
SSG.
good.
Comes out with Eco is huge. 3v3. Ball rotates through
One
pipes.
shot,
Getting
one
cut
shot,
off from
one
A
shot,
here.
one
That
shot,
pinch
one
might
shot,
guarantee it.
One shot, we're put there,
In
one shot,
bat
put
ledge to
there.
play it if they need to. Talik backing him up at 95.
Nice.
97. 98. No freaking way.
Oh my
They win
God.
it.
Oh my god.
Victory.
5. 97. 98.
He's watching
No
me watch it
freaking
too.
way.
Fuck, bro. That was sick.
Bro.
I picked the right POV, yo. That's insanity.
Yeah, dude. They're already hitting you though.
No freaking way. They pinch up both sides of the map and somehow secure enough trades to like keep Talik and was it Manny? Who was on the bat ledge at the end?
The worst thing. You got like enough damage. That's cool. Yeah, Swinbird. Thank you for the sub, bro. You went for 10 months. Drew, you seen that? Like, thank you, Swinbird. Appreciate that.
Depending on how many games we play in the scrim, we're looking at a tie or a narrow win at a TSM if SSG can't lock this in. TSM might be looking at back-to-back scrim wins versus 2 top 4 teams. That's notable, right? I'm red in my face. Did I get... Because I saw he was watching the stream? That's funny. Maybe. I know. It's kind of funny, right? Your wife and you love it? Okay, cool, Sam. Maybe I'll show it to my girl. She actually liked Kaiju number 8. Like, she doesn't really watch anime, but then I got her to watch Kaiju number 8, and we binged the full season together. And that meant so much to me. You don't even know. I'm not even gonna lie. I totally caught feelings. I mean, I already do, but you know. When your girl's like down to watch a binging anime with you, that, I don't know, maybe feel some type of way. Ooh. She's weird, so okay, well, fair. We're all a little weird. All right, I don't know, but we're still figuring it out. But, you know, just saying, it meant a lot to me. That's all she watches? That's funny. But I'm always trying to be like, you know, she doesn't have to watch, you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter if we don't watch it, but it is great if she's down. But, like, I would never want to... I'm down to watch her shit, too. You know what I mean? It's a balancing act. Absolutely destroyed Druck right there. Lucy coming out and cooking. Yeah, they got to get some vengeance on this one. Trying to remember if it was TSM or FaZe that won this map game type during the last scrim they played. Because I'm pretty sure it was a Swift 3-0. %. Samantha, I agree. That's one aspect of it for sure. Grey's Anatomy with my girl. Low-key, love that shit. After a while, yeah, some shows that like you would never watch on your own. You know, you end up kind of enjoying once you get the routine going. For sure. That too, is in. Still has his AI sounds turned on? AI sound. Ooh, cooking Soul Snipe out mid-map. Fly's still going to get capped, though, despite the effort. That's the first one over to TSM. Druck with the OS here. Should have a hefty advantage in the fight. Going to find a star on Lucid. Still Eco, Penguin, Foul, Lucid, Trip, Snakebite. Suppress, you making 2 different teams? What are you saying? Stellar, Eco, Penguin, and Falcated as a team? Stellar, Eco, Penguin have experience playing together. I'm wondering if that would be something that would make sense at revisiting. That's an interesting idea. You could mix up those teams and maybe find something pretty sweet. Mashlamp, what's up, brother? How you doing? Welcome. I haven't seen Peaky Blinders or True Detective. I'm missing out. Oh, the Halo A. Like the little guy in your hand or whatever. I didn't even think about that. Frankie, what's up, man? We're on board with Lucid here. They are losing their scrim to TSM, sort of. There's a game that got counted on Halo Data Hive that didn't really deserve to be counted, but we're working with it. Ban whoever hasn't seen at least Season 1 of Peaky Blinders. Chat, I'm going to have to end the stream early because I guess I'm banning myself. Uh-oh. Lucid coming out with the pinch on Talik, exposing his backside to a free shot from Druck. But Stellar going to pick up the pieces pretty quickly. Can they play the snipe off the map? They will not. Talik, one shot backing up here, might have a chance to do it. Soul Snipe with a kill, Snake Bite with a trade. Lucid should find, yep, the pinch on Manny, and off the 3 dead, they got a spawn advantage to control camo here too. Nice catch on Druck. Gonna occupy tower. Hopefully his teams can collect the camo here. Oh, now we gotta ban our mods too. Haven't seen Andor either. Slacking. You'd like to see Lucid and Stellar play together? I think that's the only way we see SROG get challenged. I don't know. Stellar Lucid's personality, sorry, like Snakebite Lucid's personalities might complement each other better than the Stellar Lucid duo. But I really don't know enough about them to, you know what I mean? Like Stellar seems more chill vibes. Lucid seems a little bit more analytical in his approach. YouTube comments aren't showing up on stream. That's true. Why? I don't know. Anyway, that we fix that. I'm wondering why we can't fix that. Is Buzzsaw in the chat? Any of my mods are aware of why that might be the case. I'll have to look into it off stream, man. I'm not sure. When did that start happening? Has that been happening all day? Are you going to Streamlabs? Streamlabs isn't even recognizing my YouTube right now, I don't think. Lucid and reloads drives you crazy? Karma, welcome, man. Wow, was he reloading too much? So the YouTube comments... Oh, wait. They're there now. Memph, I see yours. Wait, why? What the hell? Basically, YouTube chat should be showing up in the Twitch chat on screen, or whatever, the chat on screen, but it's like not consistent. Might just be a thing. YouTube commenters gotta type things. Let's test it out. YouTube dashboard crashes a lot. That could be part of it too. It's not crashed currently. Nearly 500 of y'all hanging out there.
Just good Halo right there. That is just
damn good Halo. Fabled. Fabled, thank you for the gifted, brother. Misayume. Misayume, welcome. Total of 2 in the channel. Thank you, Fabled. With another Fabled. Heavy Devi. Hold on a second.
That is just good Halo right there. That is just
damn good Halo.
Oh my God.
Maybe specific YouTube commenters are not showing up in the chat. Maybe that's what I'm seeing. I see you there, Chris. I don't know if maybe there's certain privacy settings or something on YouTube that would prevent a comment from showing up. That doesn't make any sense, right? Because he's still commenting. Freerun. Oh, Freerun is sick, bro. Freerun fans don't need no ads. Hey, let's go. Fable, thank you, man. Didn't realize that was the incentive. Any other Freerun anime fans who want some subs? Sub only? No. Wait. Whoever's commenting, are you a YouTube subscriber? Subscribe to the YouTube right now if you haven't. I wonder if maybe that's preventing you. Not the member, like just standard free subscription. Setting where you turn comments to hidden. Yeah, it's a great anime. I actually might rewatch that. That's a good rewatch, maybe. I don't know. I see your test, Ben. Seems to be coming up. It was the best from last year, I would say. Trying to be patient, yeah. Two minutes 20 here to make an answer. Or to find an answer for TSM, right? Down 2-1. Scary situation for SSG to be in. If they lose this game, they likely lose their scrim overall. As we're running out of maps to play. Depending on how many Slayers they have to go for. Taking plenty of damage from Manny before we're reacting to that. Still manages to get out the fight. Druck with a kill on the feed, though. Gonna lessen the numbers, make it difficult for Lucid. One player out behind him, too. Slightly missing timing on OS, but just enough to get out with it, and then he's stuck and killed immediately with no trade. Rough situation for Lucid. Who knows, Conan? Minute 30 to make something happen here. Snakebite's got some spacing up below the armory. Druck's still alive on the elbow with the sniper. That's a good source of intel. First one to drop his eco, though. Ooh. Clean. Prevents any beatdown, takes minimal damage. Still got some shields to help out Stellar back base here. Stellar winning the fight on Manny. Gonna get an opportunity to pull that flag. They're opening up the elbow behind them to start killing spawners as they come through. Eco finds Soul Snipe. This is an excellent lockdown. We're looking like a tie game here in the last minute. SSG, they do have the ice factor to at least pull this one out. Should be able to cut off this player from tower. He got through fast. Already under the base. They got a last second stop. No freaking way. Manny, Druck at their kills. Eco will plant it in, but a disadvantage stay for SSG as Eco's now last alive. Flag moving. Immediate counter cap coming out of TSM as they take it through the courtyard. Manny now taking Snakebite. And it was like a false sense of confidence as Manny gets a kill tag. Manny with a kill tag to close the game. Everybody puts their controllers down. Last thing you want to do is reveal yourself to this man. Going crazy. Holy. Right? It was like a false sense of confidence that they got pulling that flag and dying in the process. TSM was ready for the immediate counter. Just decked them, bro. A kill-tacular. That would have been nice to see on his POV. 300 is a strange number to lock frames at. Yeah, that's a wow right there. Thought it was going well for a second. Apothecary Diaries. I saw most of the first season. And then I didn't remember if I had finished the first season. I started watching the second season. And it was like, it's solid. It's got a lot of components of like a great anime, but the pacing is kind of slow. And I don't know, it's not pulling me in right now, you know? What a way to end it. And due to that, we're looking at an 8-7 scoreline. SSG fighting from the back foot now as we're running out of games in the scrim. All right. First time chat, big titty goth girl Fran. And that's what you say. Ridiculous. Steins Gate, that's a classic. Bleach, yeah, sure. Apothecary's 10 out of 10. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10 personally. I'd give it like an 8. But even so, the pacing of it just kind of like... kind of find myself losing interest and getting distracted with other shows and other things. It's live fire. Truck came out with team on top of the Strongholds live fire game. Let's see how King of the Hill goes from his POVs. We switch it up. No such thing as a 10 out of 10. No anime's perfect. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood might be pretty close for me at least. Though it's been a long time since I've seen it. But the show from start to finish, you know,
I can get out on ape.
pretty awesome. Ends in a satisfying way. And the length of the show is satisfying too. It's like mid-sized anime, but not too long, you know? Not too short. Halo's for everyone? Okay. Wait, why do you say that?
Oh my god.
I don't disagree.
I can get out. Oh my god, watch this spot. Oh my god, holy fuck.
Full Metal, above Full Metal, but I still think it's a 9. Freerun now is above everything on that anime list, right? Wow, deleting Lucid. Catching him with the stickies. And he can replace Druck out front here for some coverage. Playing out low to bait the situation if somebody does flank. Here it comes. Yep, got intel on Eco with the sniper. Getting tagged out from A-Plat here as well. Druck drawing his attention while the flank comes in from his teammate to guarantee that kill on Eco, and they don't find it. Eco with the beatdown. Soul Snipe will get a trade. A silver away from a cap here. SSG have control. Luigi! Thank you, brother. How you doing, man?
Yeah, top next week, Stellar, and then B week. Yeah, week training.
Yeah, sure, Ascend. I didn't say there was any issue. I just said that's the first chat that they dropped. The first thing that they said was that they forgot to send their gooch or some shit. Talking about Stellar.
Okay, concrete.
No, I allowed it.
No.
Want to say shout out to me and my community for being so wonderful. Progressive, thank you, man. It's great to watch some Halo and chill with awesome people. Hey, that's the objective. So if that's how you feel, then we're doing something right. Progressive, thank you, man. That's really great to hear. We're cooking off this triple, by the way. I'll call that an advanced. Druck definitely has it. Guaranteed capture of the hill that they can transition into setup for next year, too. Pitching the last... Wait, they all spawned there. Insane. What the hell? Druck is on C-plat shooting dummies, and that's not enough pressure to prevent a team spawn back tower. That's kind of nutty. Somebody must have been, like, seriously hiding there.
Could be on camera.
I know. So. He's top 1 in storytelling, action, and action is T1. Naruto and Bleach always hold a spot because they opened up manga to me. Yeah, Naruto definitely opened up anime to me in a way that like nothing else did. For sure.
S7 sniper inbound.
I don't know, it could be one of them. Every pulse.
Sinister, I think I'm gonna leave that one right there. I don't even know what the hell you're saying, bro.
S7 sniper available.
Some of these chats I gotta keep them in infinite purgatory. Because they're too raunchy.
One shot.
What's the most common FOV that I see? Somewhere between 100 and 110. I narrow it down, I'd say between 105 and like 108 is probably what I see most commonly.
Yeah, cuts.
Elfin Lied? Yeah, that's a good one. From like 2003, bro. I saw that one. It's like a more mature anime. Druck cooking with a sniper from tower here, coming out with a spree. He's got repulse in the back pocket as well as he replaces the team in the hill. Jumping for the angle. He got some intel. Pretty tough reaction window to hit both times there. Yeah, crazy squad spawn, Joe. Yeah. Nothing hits like a first watch in Naruto Shippuden. Naruto before Shippuden, in my opinion, was better. Tried replicating that dopamine, never can. The first 135 whatever episodes of Naruto was my childhood. Like that, I loved that. The action was better, I found, and the pacing of it was better for me at least than Shippuden. But the big fight scenes in Shippuden were really cool. So I would skip a lot of it and tune in for the big emphatic moments, you know? Like the pain fight or something like that. Just messing with them? Who knows? Up 2-0 at this point, looking pretty confident for TSM. And my optimism, my faith in SSG definitely dwindling. One Punch Man. So One Punch Man is another kind of tragic story where,
Might be hiding.
I mean, the second season isn't bad. It still
Maybe
follows the
that's
manga. But the first season is incredible. Like, the animation is so clean, right? The second season doesn't hold a candle to it. Oh my god, that was sick.
A-plat. White wall.
Not sure how intentional it was, but he hits a backwards insta-splode, right? Chasing Lucid out the door, whoever that was out the door to get the kill.
He spawned on it. Yeah. One thing
Said
about-
Sasuke never fought as complex as he did prior to Shippuden. Yeah. Full mag.
cameras here.
Yeah.
Three here. Someone's down. Someone's down.
Just the way that they used to fist fight in the first season and the animation style of that, for some reason, was like better on average than Shippuden. It just flowed better.
I spawned on
There's a
Novi.
lot
I
more
couldn't
like
see the-
hand-to-hand, like ninja-style combat that was just better animated. And Shippuden, it looked like they cheaped out on the budget, like
Some dice.
for a majority of their episodes, except for the big fights. They like up the ante for the big fights. She a tooth gem. My friend, she has a business for tooth gems, so I low-key could get one. She literally runs a tooth gem, her own. She does her own that and like teeth whitening and stuff.
That's coming out.
The cycle of hatred still
that's
lingers in
only
my
next
mind. Yeah.
We've lost it.
SSG do come out with a hill as TSM occupy what advantage positioning for this one. Some coverage on tower here. They don't have back B pushed out, but that'll create an opening. Somehow that's a late 360 award. He must have spun like 2 seconds before he got the kill.
Yeah, we pick B.
I think that's last to left. Like that use of QT though. That player has no idea where that QT port is. I guess they get like the direction that he's heading, but they don't know exactly.
Your team about to score.
Nice. They're spawning dummies.
It was tighter, yeah. The pacing, the everything about it. Shippuden
Strong arm here.
used delaying animation tactics. So one episode, I got so fed up, I started rooting for everyone to die.
Nice jump.
Shields.
Yeah, it was just very like slow.
Watch it.
It felt like he was slower, and something about the fluidity of the animation was like very bare bones for an anime of its caliber, you know. But it's also because they stretched it out with so many freaking episodes.
I can pinch this. I'm pitching. They might spawn Novi.
The core of One Piece is its weakness, like its overall simplicity, right? Like the OP nature. Sorry, of oh, you're talking about One Piece. Oh, I thought you were talking about One Punch Man for some reason.
Hill control.
One Punch Man is a great anime, but it's so simple, and the guy is so OP that it like prevents it from being a truly like 10 out of 10 anime. You know, it's like very predictable.
Maybe we should have. They've given away.
It's satisfying, but it's the same joke, you know.
Hill ready. Enemy team took the hill.
Here.
Stellar turned the stream off, so I can't witness it firsthand, but there's the Piv, or maybe not Piv, but he comes out with a 5-shot on Druck from up above. Looking to earn tower positioning here for this final hill with 1:30 left. This is not a lot of time for SSG to work with. They got to be pretty clean in how they lock this in. They're not getting spawn advantage right now. Many wrapping the map through A while Druck delays it. Soul Snipe will find the pickup. Many going to change routing to pinch top mid here through A plat. Yep, and then flip the spawn at the end of his route. Takes a high angle with the repulse. I kind of dig it.
That's one there. Nice. QT's up. They're gonna try and get this.
Weakest link is chemistry, I would say.
ready.
But yeah.
You can beat Kevin. Watch out, beat Kevin.
They might, I don't know. If they change it, I wonder if they just nuke the whole roster.
Okay,
And
one's in
then,
there. A's gonna be weak.
I mean, except for Eco and
no,
Stellar,
it's
maybe.
Remaining. Enemy team took the hill.
Stand for Konosuba till I die. Konosuba is pretty ridiculous,
That's one green,
but
that's one green.
funny sometimes, for sure.
Enemy about to score.
Top tower, Tommy. Watch the top tower, Tommy. I'm shooting on him.
That's 7 sniper.
I think I saw the movie for that as
Sorry,
well.
sorry,
It's
sorry.
actually not bad.
Down.
Trying to get snipe.
Not getting up.
Hill control.
That's 7
47 seconds left. We're definitely still burning timer here. Druck collecting sniper. 8 shots, top tower position. Best case scenario. We'll see him hit some faces.
Watch the Kevin.
Nothing yet, but the time is ticking.
Oh.
The hill.
Watch the top mid.
There's a body in Soul Snipe.
3 cuts. And one's on me door, I think.
Somebody behind him, or is it a teammate?
Tango's close.
Such a patient use of sniper, knowing Lucid's options are limited. Sees him jump.
Watch out, plat.
Follows up with clean the body shots, deleting 3 players. TSM, just about.
Yeah, use your push, use your
Sliver
push.
away from capping this. There's a high likelihood they do at this rate, right? They'll come out with the cap.
Enemy team
But they still got a lot of work to do to get one more with 20 seconds. SSG got a route to perfect positioning for this hill. And they're losing their numbers all as it happens.
We're top it.
Streams have been amazing. Snipe,
He's
what's
nice,
up?
he's nice,
Love
he's nice.
Halo. Get kind of bored watching teams or players.
Kevin's your spawn garage.
I don't know
I'm here, I'm
well,
here.
so watching like this has helped me so much, and it's so entertaining. Good to hear, Snipe. Let's go. And a chat likes to dog on me because they say I'm an Optic fanboy,
On camera, on camera.
and that if it wasn't for Optic, I wouldn't have any viewers. I'm trying to prove the haters wrong out here.
Let's do.
Now, I do, you know, we love Halo.
Until we.
Love spotlighting high-level
Channel,
players. It doesn't matter where they come from, right? So I'm glad that, you know, even with players you guys don't know about, you've got a reason to be a fan, because that's what keeps the esport going. These guys don't produce a ton of content, so if I can spotlight them for you, then that's the key. Rarky, you're back. Let's go.
Halo right there. That is just
Damn good Halo, brother. 4 months. Welcome back, Rarky.
Back P, going
Big
back
plays,
P,
brother.
Nice. I'm coming.
Ever seen Golden
keep
Boy?
feet.
Fantastic short series. I thought you were talking about the caster. I was like, yeah.
Nice.
Bro, they almost capped it.
A flat.
7 seconds, SSG. So close to greatness. Once again, gonna get shut out. That's it.
Nice.
Wow.
Oh my god, nice.
That was a little too close for comfort, to be honest, if you're TSM coming out of that one. Crazy. Still, it puts them up 9-6. Scary territory for SSG at this point. There's no hope for winning this
I
scrim.
died to Stellar, I was like,
Just
damn,
about
they're
closing
only
the gap
7
now.
minutes
I think the community has suffered since Lucid stopped posting YouTube videos. He was the most consistent. I haven't been posting YouTube videos either, for the record. I do think that him not posting YouTube videos does negatively affect the community, for sure, you know, and probably his own personal audience. I think he had mentioned that he would be, and it never happened. And it's now that he doesn't have a team helping him produce it, it's very difficult to make your own content and get regular with the scheduling on top of his, you know, trying to be the best player.
Oh my god.
Right down to grand finals for sure, Joey. Map count 9-6. I think it just ended.
Wow.
Did they GG them? Stream ended quick.
Fuck. Bro, that's insane. Oh, your stream, that's the stream, bro. Shocked.
Scrim is chalk.
Jeez, appreciate you for watching.
Wait, so SSG might have just ended that early. Or like, I don't know. They dipped out fast. So it's coming out as 9-6 is the final score. They had a game on Recharge that didn't finish. Snakebite disconnected, and Halo Data Hive gave them the win. So that's the only kind of outlier. It's sort of an 8-6 would be the fair way to look at this, with a one did not finish game, basically. I don't know if there was a second DC, but there was definitely one. So if you want to be kind of fair, I would say it's an 8-6 performance. Even though TSM might have been leaning to the win for the Recharge game, it wasn't over. How do I think competitive Halo fans are going to feel about the next game is a CE remake? It doesn't really matter as much as like the game just being good, you know? Like, I think it's a risky move to make, to go back and try to recreate a game that is very beloved and people have a lot of expectations about. But if they somehow make a game that is good and fun, then that'll supersede the fact that it's a remake, you know, or any sort of other little hurdles that they hit along the way. Lucid lagged L1 and SP with the other. Thoughts on the Stellar Q&A? APG, I haven't had a chance to see it just yet, but I'm down to take a look at it. Chat kept asking me about it and saying that you had mentioned something about Lucid, occupying too much of the comms or trying to lead too much, and I agree with that. I haven't actually listened to your take. I don't get a chance to hear them on the comms, but I do think if Lucid is trying to IGL and it's taken away from his ability to just be a nuisance on the map, you know, I'd probably rather have him prioritize that. But chemistry definitely is the biggest issue with these. And I think you were also talking about, what is it, Stellar saying they don't want to review VOD. Mikwin jumped into the chat earlier, and he had mentioned the potential issues with viewing VOD as a team, because it can lead to people nitpicking their play or maybe overthinking. came in chat. You did an AMA unexpectedly. Okay, cool. Did Broward or somebody? Yeah. Do you have a link? Did somebody grab it and like post it as content? I'd be down to look at it. Vanland Saga. Yeah, I've seen it. I saw the first season. I liked the first season a lot. The second season was not. I wasn't as big a fan, but I'm still with it. You know. Making a vid. Okay, cool. I'll react to it when you get it out there. APG. Got to get some more YouTube. Put it on the YouTube. Oh, it's on your rebroads. Okay. I was gonna say we got to get you some more YouTube subscribers, man. I might not be. I lost all my active subscriptions when I got hacked. So, or I have 2 accounts basically. So I might be, I'm not subbed here. I have on my other account. See how there's like 2 Shyways? This one has no channel. That's where all my subscriptions are. And then I just never like this one? Oh no, bro. Somebody timestamp me. No, that's okay. It's hard. It's tough to get the, like, we're seeing the same thing with Lucid. Chat was literally just asking about this. He no longer has a team helping him with the content, right? So he hasn't posted in 3 months. Damn, bro. I haven't posted in a few weeks, man. I got a Optic Comms video that I haven't edited that I've been sitting on for like 2 weeks. Sometimes it uploads, sometimes it doesn't. Oh, it was yesterday. Okay. Do you have like a timestamp for the actual moment though? Because I'm going to be able, hold on. It's like 6 hours. You know what's crazy? If I look up APG Halo, your channel doesn't actually pop up. I don't know if there's like a way to fix that, but you'd think that if I look up APG Halo, like your channel would be recommended. Yeah. Somebody give this man a sub. I appreciate it, APG. Two days ago. 9 hours ago. Yesterday, 9 hours ago? Was that this morning? Maybe. Karma, thank you, brother.
That is just good Halo right there. That is
Top
just
Melly.
damn good Halo. My God.
Hey, thank you for the gift to the bullet as well. Appreciate it, Melly. I'm not sure if it was aimed at APG. You guys stolen last second by Karma. Karma, I appreciate it.
That is just good Halo right there. That is just damn good Halo. My God.
Is it this one from 9 hours ago, or is it from 2 days? Because those are the only options. Oh, this one's 1 day ago. My bad. Maybe this is it. Welcome back.
Be a good sign of progress to you. And thank you as well for this. Make sure you guys are being respectful. Everybody be respectful. Don't
Sounds like this is the moment.
like going forward. Like in your guys' like what would be a good sign of progress?
Was he just in the chat? He was just in the chat, maybe?
Find anybody on Optic as an objective player because they're also versatile.
Wait. Does the music play the whole time? 10 seconds of this song and I'm demonetized. Is the music playing the whole time in this? No.
Really surprised.
Unless you turn it off and
Have different play styles.
oh shit. Progressive, I'll see you next stream, man. Take care. Okay.
Like
All right, what I'll do is I'll mute it on the final broadcast.
you guys
we'll listen.
ask Stellar anything you guys want. See? Here, I'll think of something. Here, I'll think of something. I gotta think of something.
Content creator 101.
This is a rarity.
Yeah, when I hear any song that's not copyright, I'm like,
I wasn't expecting this.
He's in the chat. Okay. Oh wait, I'm covering him.
Let me think. Yeah, you want to get in a call?
Oh, he
You
gets
want
in
to
a
get
call?
Braden?
He gets in a call? No way.
You can vent. You're not getting the call. Damn. I was nervous when I
Yeah, that's
even when
fair.
I
That's a
asked.
good way to do
Okay.
it. Broward does the
All right,
same
ask
thing.
Braden questions, but be polite and be correct. Like, be nice. Like, how about this?
The new drop
All
pod
right,
gets
Braden,
into
what
it all?
would
Does the drop
what
pod
would
get into it?
satisfy you, like, going forward, like in your guys' like what would be a good sign of progress to you? Like, what would be a good sign of progress to you where you're like, all right, we're doing what we need to be doing, like we're doing well. Like, what would be a good sign of progress to you?
Okay.
And thank you as well for this. Make sure you guys are being respectful. Everybody be respectful. Don't be doing no
Past
like,
broadcast.
don't be saying no dumb shit. Like, what is a good sign of progress to you with how things are going right now? Because you guys just beat FaZe. Like, everybody's looking at the Shopify Scrim, but you guys just beat FaZe 11-3. Like, you guys just beat FaZe 11-3.
It's probably Twitch chat that's where this is coming in that I can't see, right? It'd make more sense to watch this on his Twitch, so I see the live chat.
Like,
Let me see if I can find it.
that's what I'm thinking. Like, and that's I would ask this to any of them. Like, what is a good sign of progress to them? Because clearly, and they're
no
not
past
going to be happy
broadcasts on
unless they're in
Twitch.
finals. Like, they're not going to
Yeah,
be happy at all.
that might
Like,
be a good idea.
Sunday is the minimum. Probably just playing better of a shot. That's respectful. That's respectful. That's a good measure of how you guys are playing. That's a good measurement.
Playing better versus
That's a good
Shopify is
measurement
the,
because
the sign of progress.
You guys got to remember, SSG matches up really fucking well with FaZe. Like, stupid good against FaZe.
They do match up well with FaZe. Poorly as hell with SR, though, for some reason. Can't keep up with them.
But FaZe and SSG are all like, you think FaZe beat SSG 9 out of 10 times on LAN? The only time they have matched up on LAN, it's been the opposite. SSG beat FaZe.
Interesting you did mention OG. Yeah, I agree. And they're not scrimming OG right now, right?
Let me think another one. All right, I'm looking at you guys' questions and I'm trying to like form one with it as well.
Not really. Like, if you're SSG, you want to win. You know, top 4 is like
Do you think
not
that
satisfactory.
your guys' issue right now is your pacing / playstyles? And have you had conversations about that? If you think it is that, or if you do think that is the issue, have you had conversations about that within the team?
It's a shame that, like, everything, this is a good question, but it's a shame that this is something that SSG is sort of forced to acknowledge, you know? It's like, we're making it a reality. It's like, these are your circumstances. What's the issue, you know? Is it this? It's like, oh, just being part of that reality. Is it just acknowledging it, making it real, you know? It's like, but you have to. How do we get out of it otherwise?
And also, going back to what Nomi said, what do you think is the best route for improvement for you guys? What did I say? Fuck, I forgot what I said. Shit.
Too much weight on scrims?
Damn it, this is why this is the pen.
They do
Somebody
have
clip it
some
quick.
weight.
Shit, let me think.
We need the like an edit right now with the like a clock or freaking hourglass or something.
Sorry,
like,
I'm
loading.
reading
He's
something.
loading.
I'm reading so
I don't
much
know.
that I just forget. I forget real. I have short-term memory loss, and it's the pen.
Hey.
But I said, do you think that your guys' issues are pacing and your playstyle issues? And if you do think that those are the issues, have you guys had any conversations internally about that?
Right.
We don't have the pacing, so we are forced into more situations where we need to use teamwork, and our teamwork isn't good. That's a good point.
We don't have the pacing,
Now,
so we're forced into more situations where we have to use teamwork. Right. And these players have never been in this situation before, which is what's so shocking, right? It's like Stellar and Eco playing with like Shotzi and Renegade years ago could play the game like, fuck you. That's like their play style. You know what I mean? It's like they're so talented and so good at pushing out the map and having that pacing that they don't have to rely on these like teamwork scenarios, or they haven't had to in a way that they have to now. So they're in this like weird zone that they've never been, or they haven't been in for like close to a decade, you know?
That's what I think. That's what I thought. That's what I was saying. I think it's your guys pacing is just not correct. Like you guys, some people are going too fast, some people are going too slow. It's just all over the place.
They're talking about SSG,
Completely all
yeah.
over the place. So yeah, you guys are probably thinking too much.
Yeah. I mean, we saw a perfect example of that today. APG, I don't know if you're still lurking or if you got a chance to see it, but like they're definitely overthinking some of their plays. Like they 3-dead TSM, fresh dead together in Forbidden and CTF. Lucid is a G slide away from pulling the flag, and Manny is in their opposite hut. So Lucid, instead of G sliding flag, he pushes out mid map to fight Manny, and then they lose their timing. They collect flag like 5 or 6 seconds late, and then TSM spawns. The three of them spawn, and they shut the flag down. It was wild to me. Like we're looking at a top 4 team missing like an easy OBJ opportunity because they're having like I don't know, they can't figure out like what the role is. They're overthinking the scenario. Like
When you're all playing the same game, actually the teamwork. That's a good point.
Overcompensating, yeah.
Yep. But they have to buy into. That's a good point, Alex. That's what I'm saying. They got to buy into. Wait, Braden says stop. Braden says stop. I didn't expect that. I was saying that too, Braden. I was saying that too.
Got to get him in a call.
And I was saying you guys got to buy into one play style.
I don't think they dislike each other.
That's still
I
a
just think
play
they
style.
see things
That's still a
differently.
play style. Not giving a fuck is a play style.
Trying to probably do too much when he could have pulled and left the kill to his teammates. They could have pulled it off on the way back, basically. Yeah. Worked on that together when he had good positioning.
Because you could be
trying to do more than
you
he
could be
maybe
giving a
needs
fuck
to.
too much. You could be overthinking, bro. You could be overthinking.
But like now that we're raising this idea of you could be overthinking, it's like we're like manifesting that reality for them now, which is like I almost feel bad.
Bro,
It's
literally,
like,
I realized
people
like,
telling
when
him
I
he's
was off it,
overthinking,
I
he's just gonna
realized that
start
I had to like
overthinking.
ignore the fuck out of my teammates just to focus on what was going on, like on my screen.
Yeah.
I can just not care what my teammates were doing because I needed to sit in my corner and make sure I held an angle.
Right. Yeah. They have to find a way to like, the paralysis by analysis type thing is like completely flip their world around. And Miquin brought up this really interesting idea where he said they should go like full splice for a week where they cancel all scrims and they just 2v2 each other, no VOD review, and just go at it, pick up their pace, whatever, and basically just come into Dallas, I guess like cold, not cold, but like having not over prepared at all, basically shutting out the scrims, just playing against each other, building some sort of chem splice style or something. Like what is it, like there's a word maybe where they need to like guerrilla warfare tactics or something where they got to like freaking completely change their process to shock themselves.
Obviously
back.
that's gonna be different now in this, like they mentioned it's gonna be year 4.
Because the other thing that he had brought up is the fact that like most teams that find themselves in these circumstances don't stick it out for very long. Now that we've kind of entered this place where we had a period where they build the chemistry, we've kind of gotten past that period, and now they're still not achieving the expectations, based on what they've achieved in their past, right? So it's like normally when teams are in this position, they don't stick around too much longer than this. So they're sort of entering this uncharted territory where either something adversely different happens that shifts their mentality, shifts their results by Dallas, or we're looking at maybe a new SSG between Dallas and what's to come, the next tournament.
But all right, don't say that word no more. Spark Mac, don't say the R word no more. But I allowed that just because it's not a bad. You didn't say it in a bad way, but don't say the R word no more.
Thanks.
Respectfully, please.
That's the R word right there. Respect, bro.
She's at the top 2 teams are on another level, and then the third best team is SSG. I mean, we gotta see SSG versus FaZe on LAN. We gotta see SSG versus FaZe on LAN because we're talking. A lot of people talking about SSG, but SSG plays good as fuck against FaZe.
Sure,
like, they play good as fuck.
They beat them versus in the Kason LAN, for the record. SSG won. That's the problem. They're not seeing any difference.
Magic. You know what's funny?
Not seeing any difference or too much progress, and it's been a minute. Yeah, it's been like enough time now that the clicking should have already happened, right? So yeah, we're in this like uncharted territory where people start to think, okay, are we chalked? And then the vibes continue to sort of spiral downward, especially as the community becomes more and more convinced and perpetuates it as well, right? Now it's like in the community, the dialogue is, okay, what's the problem? Who's the problem? Where am I pointing my freaking fingers? They gotta remove themselves from all the dialogue in the community and somehow continue to build chem. It's a tough position to be in.
What's funny? The conversation that we had as a team after Kansas City, I always talk about this. At Kansas City, when we got beat by Sentinels at the time. Sentinels was Frosty, Snakebite, Royal 2, and Lethal. Okay, Coach Royal won. We got beat, and Kansas City is a shoulda, coulda, woulda event, but it was one of those events that it's good that we lost because we needed to lose it to learn more about ourselves going forward. Like, we wouldn't have won Worlds if we didn't lose Kansas City type shit.
Wow.
So, like, we had that time, like, against, if you guys going back and watch, where I dropped the ball and we get pushed, they get the time. We should have won the game, should have been in finals. We win the event through winners finals. Like, we're on fire, but we're not, like, it would have been perfect. But after that, we like had to take a step back and be like, oh shit, it's not gonna be as easy as we thought. And we had a big conversation. And in that conversation, I remember like literally just saying, like to Lucid and just everybody, you know, just like, you just gotta believe, which is kind of what Braden is saying about make magic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta believe, you know, winning's not gonna be so black and white where you're just gonna have like a calculated like route of how everything's going to go. It's not like everything is just going to be like, all right, we do this, this, and this, and this, this, and this is going to happen. It's going to be like, all right, do we do this, and then this, this, and this, this, and this, and this, and this, and this, and this could happen, and then we have to make sure we do some damage control, and then just fucking slow. Like, it's just it's all about situational awareness and making sure that you practice enough for the situations and you know what to do when they come around. That's what it's honestly about. Is that because you can't just be going into it thinking, and I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. I'm not trying to sound like I'm faded off the pen or anything like that, but just follow me. It's just, you can't just think that it's just so, you're not going from point A to B to win. Trust me. You're not going from point A to B. You're not. It's not going to be that easy. I could write the 10 commandments of how to win a tournament, but to actually execute them is a whole nother fucking story. When you're up there on stage, you have all this shit happening. Bro, you guys saw that shit at Charlotte during the 3-peat, bro. I shot a rocket, the fucking nade deflected the rocket.
Insane.
And we had,
that was insane. The nade deflected the rocket that he shot. If you guys remember that,
at 0 seconds, bro. At 0 seconds in the King of the Hill game, and we lost the game.
And you, APG, got up and celebrated at the no, but they won the. Oh, okay, there's the streets. There's different games I think we're thinking about.
And in the finals, that shit is not normal, bro. You can't bank on that shit happening. I thought my shit was gonna be normal. I get the rocket kill. I'm fucking. We win the game. I go shots, everything. I'm happy as hell. I'm in disbelief when that shit happens, bro. I'm in disbelief. I have to take a step back and be like, yo, what the fuck? But again, going back to Matt and how much I love team with Matt. Matt is sitting there like, yo, I remember him looking over. It's like, yo, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just stay focused. Don't worry about it. Which is why Matt is the fucking greatest teammate. And that's
huge. Lezik, I think. Thank you for the follow, brother. Welcome. APG is speaking some real facts. You know, like, this is
how much I love team with Matt. Matt is sitting there like, yo, I remember him looking over. It's like, yo, don't.
Your reaction to things not going your way is so freaking key, right? Having a teammate that and a team, ideally collectively, that can bounce back from any circumstances. And I like the mindset, APG, you saying, you know, losing Kansas City teed us up to win Worlds, right? Like,
don't worry about
it. Really
don't worry about
way
it. Just stay focused. Don't worry about it. Which is why Matt is the fucking greatest teammate, and that's why I love that team, because we chilled, we didn't think too much of it. But that's one of those things that happen in game at a tournament that you can't comprehend. You just have to keep going forward. That's why you have to have a good mental game, making sure that you're just staying locked, making sure that you adapt to how people are playing. If you're making sure that you change up your play style if shit's not going well. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, Soup?
Yeah. And Brad, I think for the record, you're not even giving yourself enough credit, because I feel like Formal would probably say the same thing about you and what you brought to the team in that regard as well, right? Because it's like not just what Formal's saying, your mentality, also your ability to receive it and reciprocate properly so that you bounce back and you believe, like you said, you just got to freaking believe, like anime style. But yeah, you're definitely a component in that too, Brad.
Like, it's just that things are not going to go as you think they are when you win a tournament, bro. I'm telling you right now, they're not. And that was something we had a conversation about. And that's probably what Raiden is saying too.
No problem, APG.
So I know where he's coming from. Like, you start thinking too much in game, you're going to overthink. You start thinking too much, things are not going to go the way you think.
Yeah, and when I think about the personalities of the guys in SSG and just how they mesh, like, obviously I don't know them too well, but it's just hard to, it's hard to, you know, what does it look like when circumstances don't go their way? What is the dialogue between them? Who's the motivational voice on that team? Who gets them psyched up? Where's the energy? What's the source of their relentless freaking passion to win at all costs despite adversity, right? Like, Optic has that in spades. SR has that too, with just the feeling that I get from their energy and their composition, their chemistry, this ability to bounce back from the trenches. Like, we saw that a lot, especially in Slayer with Optic. Like, they got some of the hungriest freaking players, like Renegade and Bound, you know, not just in their play style, but just how their determination to freaking be the best, regardless of the situation, is they'll overpower what's happening. You know, on SSG, what is that conversation? And is there somebody that's that guiding force, or do they react properly, you know, to ensure that they are the most motivated at all times? Because shit's going to happen.
It's not going to go that way.
Yeah. Do they have the energy? Are they too stoic? Do their personalities, like, are they all sort of, that's what the first thing that I think we noticed when they got together is just they're intelligent as hell. We got a composition of the most analytical minds in the game, at least 3 of them, right? Getting together. Like, you need a balance of players that are, you know, it's the yin to your yang in a sense, that don't think as much. They act first, right? To help break the overthinkers out of that process, right? Like, I don't know. It's an interesting, yeah. Because you look at some, like, Formal called it.
Scrims are at 3 Central, so
What
in
exactly,
2.5
really?
hours. 2.5.
SSG can't compete
You
against top
gotta
two
be
teams, though,
thinking
100%
to some
for sure.
extent. You got to be thinking to some extent, but you can't just be overthinking it. And it's not going to be as
Yeah. Bound and Legend were a good complement to Eco and Stellar in the way that they play and their personalities, just being like, oh, fuck it. Like, you know, like Bound would just be like he would just fucking win. Like, he wouldn't overcomplicate anything, you know? Like, they're just a very simple, like, straightforward kind of process behind these guys, and their play style reflects that opens up the chaos and the opportunities that Stellar thrives and Eco thrives in, you know, that type of pacing. So it's just a different personality, and it's not anything against Lucid or Snakebite, because their value, if brought to a different roster, a different circumstance, is incredible, right? It's just this specific team, they don't have that balance, right? They don't have that same kind of balance and chemistry.
as
And they have to change who they are to create it, which is a tall ask, right? It's like changing who they are means that the version of themselves that's being created is probably lesser than what they built up until now, if that makes sense. Like, there's like a huge growing pain process that they have to go through that makes them like a lesser version of themselves, and they don't have time to figure that out, because the year is freaking ticking away and the events are going by. You know?
Everything's not going to be as straightforward. You're going to have some ice. You're going to have mental fortitude. Some bad shit's going to happen. People are going to get shit on.
Yeah.
People are going to get sniped and no scoped. It's about how you actually react to it, because you can't count on a lot of shit happening. You might be thinking you got a free kill, like pulling up on a nigga, and you get no scoped, and then you got to fucking play off that and see what and just keep on going. Like,
Yeah. Basically.
Katie, shut the fuck up. Katie, shut up. Shut up, Katie. Shut up.
We can't see his chat.
Cloud.
But that's... Anyway.
Like, things just have to align, bro. Things have to align. And that's how it is. Bro, things were aligning at the second Worlds, and we didn't follow through. Things were aligning. We were up 2-0 in the finals. We fucking blew it. I think about that shit daily. That shit fucking sucks. I ain't gonna lie to you. Thank God we got that first one. I would have been pissed if that shit happened back to back.
I love the way you said that. It's funny.
Like,
Daily. Predictably late to the stream. What's up, Timmy? How you
there's
doing?
a situation where you need to think. The art of playing the game is, if you are playing it correctly, the game plays itself for you, and you don't need to think. That's like flow state. That's flow state.
Yeah, that's how it needs to be. I mean, I
Well, the
trust
thing
you.
is, Jess, when you're
trust
with
you.
Tommy on the team, I think Tommy, like I was saying this, like we were saying this on the watch party.
trauma,
Tommy's
bro.
just gotta literally just focus on just slaying and not thinking so much and trying to be the brains. Tommy he's gonna have, it's not being a role player, but he's gonna have to switch into just being able to do one role. Like, he doesn't need to do is the thinking for the team. Like, and it's not like they need to agree on an IGL, and I'm not trying to make this shit about roles and stuff like that, but when you listen to the SSG's listenings, you you hear Tommy taking more of an assertive tone, or being more assertive and taking just more of a, you know what the fuck I'm saying, just talking more than everybody else. You guys know what the fuck I'm saying. You guys are talking more than everybody else. And
Yeah. I haven't listened to a ton of SSG's comms to like actually decipher that, but that could be really good looks at APG if maybe we go back and look at it more closely to see that sounds true, you know. But I think we're kind of asking Lucid to not be Lucid though, which is tough, right? It's like, damn, that's who he was on Optic, and he was valuable in his role being that person on Optic. But on SSG, it's like counterintuitive now, you know. It's like asking him to not be himself.
comms, okay? And it sounds like how it wasn't when I was on Optic, and it sounds like Kevin is talking less. Kevin is talking less. Tommy should just be, in my
Someone's
opinion,
gonna
just
have to not be themselves, yeah.
Don't be talking so much. Just let Kevin do the thinking. Let Kevin do the thinking. Kevin is Kevin for a reason. Let Kevin be comfortable getting his bag, and
Exactly.
Tommy just learns to be in his bag, because Tommy's going to want to be the IGL, the Slayer, the MVP. He's gonna want all that.
Man's
but
just a
he needs to be
superstar,
okay
and
with
he's
just
got
being
great
the Slayer
hair.
and being the Slayer on a winning team. That's why I said before, a lot of, not just saying not Tommy, but a lot of niggas just aren't okay with being a role player. They want everything. They want all the they want all to check all the boxes, but don't realize they can check one of them and still be on stage hosting hoisting the trophy and with a winning team if they just do their part. That is the problem. I don't think
Yeah, well said. No, it's kind of a weird. What are we doing? Like, I'm watching APG, but he's also in my chat, so I'm talking to him in the chat, but also watching him in a video. PRG, if you're confused. Man, spitting bars right now, though. But yeah, this is all valid. It's a tall ask, but I think if anybody's gonna have to make that fundamental change and reduce the comms and the IGL aspect, like Lucid would be the one to make that change, because Lucid can bring the most to the team statistically, if he does pull away there, and then Eco can bring his best game if he's freed up to continue doing the role that he's played with his other teams as an IGL.
I'm not saying Tommy's a micromanager. I'm just saying that he is one that's going to go into VOD and be he's for hours.
A larger
I'm
voice.
not saying it's
on
a
the
bad
comm,
thing.
he's more
I'm just saying
analytical.
he's going to do that.
Yeah, it's a big change. You wouldn't want to put it all on him though, but it's because we know how talented and how capable he is that we are kind of shifting that focus, but I think everybody would have to make changes and adapt. But I think it's maybe easier to point out the Lucid situation.
Yep. See, comms are for big too. Now, how about this, Braden? I have a question. All right, I have a question. Now, have you guys had a conversation about who is going to be the lead voice in your comms? Not an IGL, but who's going to be the talking more? Like, is Kevin going to be that person, or is Tommy or PJ? I know PJ would be okay with taking that step back. I know that for a fact. I know an ad just started, but I hope Braden can hear me still. Somebody gift Braden this up, please and thank you.
You would hope
Braden
they've had a
can
talk like that. But it's kind of, maybe it's like an awkward talk to have at the same time, though. It's like,
I get more stuff.
who's
Dude,
gonna, yeah.
there were so many things wrong
They have to have tough conversations.
last year. I was talking about this earlier, actually, Alex. I was talking about this earlier. Like, there were so many things wrong last year. Fluffy, you're the fucking man. You're the fucking man. Thank you, Fluffy. You're a fucking man. Thank you. All right, Braden, let me know if you're in the ad still. If you're in the ad still, let me know. Let me know. Refresh, Braden. Refresh. Thank you so much, Fluffy. You're the fucking man. All right, thank you. Thank you. See, he wasn't the ad. Thank you.
Did Eco and Stellar personally ask for Snakebite and Lucid, or was it the SSG owner's decision? That's a good question. I actually don't know how specifically that went down. Like, they knew that they weren't going to team with Bound and Legend again, that's for sure, after they found out they made the decision. But as far as, like, did they select that? They must have a say in it. They must have had a say in it.
And no, don't delay the ads or anything, please. Just gotta make sure I give Braden one. Thank you so much, Fluffy. You're the fucking man. All right. I said, okay, Braden. I said,
Reached out to Lucid? Okay.
has there been a conversation with you guys about who is going to be the more assertive or dominant voice in your comms? And has it been like, is Tommy going to be that person, or is Kevin going to do that? And maybe even PJ, but I know PJ is okay with taking a step back and just doing his thing. So have you guys had a conversation about that?
Gotcha. Yeah, and PJ, I think, maybe shifted that role a little bit already, working with Frosty and FaZe.
I think that's a good question. So you guys have had conversations about that. You guys have. But what's the conclusion? What's the conclusion?
The verdict. Lethal instead
Because
with
when
PJ?
you heard you guys that are listening.
Not bad, actually.
When you heard you guys that are listening, it sounded like Tommy's going to be the more assertive voice. It's probably, isn't it that simple? I mean, it might be people not being okay with what the conclusion was. Or how they're coming, probably. Is it how you guys are coming?
For sure, Conan. Adapt or die. Nothing can be done
Pete, thank you.
for
Thank you,
Dallas,
thank you for the prime.
except
Pete,
for
Pete,
have
thank
these
you, thank you,
conversations
I
and make any
appreciate
sort
it,
of last
Pete.
second
Thank you. Love the prime subs.
changes
thank you,
or
much love, very appreciate it. As always, let's go, Pete.
you know,
Go.
guerrilla
Fuck, go.
tactics or whatever, right? Like what Mick had said about like just maybe stopping the scrim, stopping
You
the
go to our
VOD review,
listeners
and
last
just
year, it's
duking
not
it
like
out
that.
2v2.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't like that at all.
But then after
wasn't like that
Dallas, who
whatsoever.
knows? Robert, what's
should
up,
be the
man?
in-game IGL save. I should be the out-of-game, keep the team collective voice, and then just let Stellar loose and slay. But everybody's got to be like not an IGL, but it's got to be how they're doing it, when they're doing it. But it's just like, you know, with if it's 49-49, you don't want to fucking have 4 people saying to play. That's what I'm saying. If it's 49-49, you don't have 4 people saying to play.
Yeah, who's taking priority?
Let's go, Katie. Thank you so much for the 10 months, homegirl. Thank you.
We're just trying to. I think APG's just coming up with ideas to help the team out.
That's my
basically
repayment for gassing you up today. Thank you. I can't be all for it
or
all
evening
times.
for me, Robert.
That is
Well,
true.
welcome to the chat, brother.
That is true. That is true.
APG is chatting with
That is
Stellar
true.
in his chat that we can't see right now because this is his
I'm
YouTube
watching Scrim.
past broadcast. I think we've gotten like the bulk of it, unless there's something really important that's discussed later that we haven't had a chance to see. I think like really good takes out of APG, of course. There is no one foolproof answer. They're in a difficult situation, and it's gone on long enough now that the whole community is kind of in on it, you know, like with their own perspectives, people trying to figure out, you know, there's something else that happens. Should I just keep going? But yeah, it's ultimately like they make some sort of adverse change to their practice routine. They have some difficult conversations. Lucid maybe. Stellar shows APG with stats. What's wrong? Whoa, no
Sticky
way.
a star. Thank you so much for the 4 months. Thank you for the 4 months and the 2-month streak. Thank you. Much love. Very appreciate it. As always, let's go. Not showing up. What's popping? Sticky, thank you so much. Thank you. But SSG comms last year, everyone was talking about Ecos comms were more directing the team, which is different than the other 3 players. Yeah. That's what Kevin is known for. And I think that's what Braden would be more comfortable with, because when I watch Braden play on this team, it doesn't seem like he's comfortable at all. Respectfully, of course. But I don't think anybody's comfortable on the team because they just haven't figured out. That's
He opens up their stats in Halo Data Hive. So we look at Shopify versus Space Station. Maybe is that what he does? Halo Data Hive.
It's uncomfortable. Pro base. All 3 the game. Stats and great. Just like look, like the average person will look at this and see a 0.91 or a 0.117 and be like, okay, they're shitty, or they'll see something bad and be like, oh, they're playing bad. That's what the average
At their
person
kill
will say
disparity
and think. But that's just what I'm saying.
Is that? Oh.
But no, Halo Data Hive is an incredible fucking tool. It's an incredible website. I am extremely happy. I'm extremely happy for this website. I love looking at this website now that I'm in the media and I'm actually looking at scrim scores. I can look at actual stats from people in scrims to see who's playing great.
Something I was thinking of doing, by the way, I haven't done it yet, but maybe we'll try it for the optic scrim and everything else, is doing a stats review after every scrim and then clipping it together and putting it to Twitter. It might be a cool way to summarize like who popped off, who we think is the MVP for that scrim, who maybe is the like runner up from the other team that lost, like certain notable things, because it gives an excellent breakdown, including like OBJ statistics on who occupied most ball time or who had most hill time, who had most flag running time, stuff like that, to see.
Great. I'm happy about that.
How these players are skewed in their play styles, which is kind of cool.
Stats now that they will just try and play specifically for their stats, so it looks good on Halo Data Hive to other niggas that are going and browsing the website. That's what I'm saying.
Stats
the
hate
website
everything,
is good,
but it definitely
what
has
the
some good
website
stuff.
has done to niggas' brains is not good. If you know what I'm trying to say.
People overthink it and they use it as
Okay,
as a reason to like slander certain players. Like, let's say we'll point out Eco, be like, look at his KD. Yeah, he's right about that.
No, I have
it
to
gives
get
us more info, but it also gives people ammo to use to be negative and toxic.
some water and take a piss really bad. So give me a moment.
All right. The beauty of fast forward.
I thought it'd be big.
I assume you open it, right?
Wow.
and then we just go look at the
watch,
stats. Like
you are the. You gotta get. I'll say this one because it's like
more
they won
competitive.
some games. Oh, teams. All right, teams. All right, teams.
Oh, cool. Look at the full. Yeah, that's a smart idea. All of their statistics across the board with this current roster.
All right, so wait, hold on. We got teams.
Stellar with 12,342 kills. Eco or Lucid with 11. Okay, cool.
All right, so wait, hold on. We got teams. And then go look at us for Shopify. Let me see. I'll do this one. I'll do this one. How do I do it? What do I do? I never use this. I never use this. What do I do?
Yeah, I was also thinking spending
you can see all
time.
different stats. Oh,
Yeah, spending time just mastering the website as well, so that every time I come back to it, I know exactly like where to click and what to do. Because I've never been on this page either, or like one time I've been on this page, and it takes a while to load. But if you get really good at navigating all this stuff, then you could,
Look at the totals.
display it.
Fuck. I don't know what to do on the website.
69 deaths per game.
This one? This one? Oh, yeah, okay. All right. 12,000. You got the most. Oh, okay. You just got the most kills and you got the most.
Okay.
So you're probably being in the front line, but your shit's probably not being cleaned up too much.
Has the most
Tommy's
damage as
got
well.
second most.
But it also
kills,
means he's getting his kills though, instead of needing to have it cleaned up.
Second least deaths. And then second most damage. Damage taken is low as well. Yeah. He has kills of 9, 10, 11, 12. Kevin, 9,000, 10,000. Yeah, I see exactly what you mean. You guys aren't even. You guys aren't even. Like, it doesn't look like you guys are getting trades. I see what you mean. I'm learning. So you guys are just not getting trades. You guys are not getting trades and should just be probably being 10 times more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Go look at Shopify.
Compare it to the top
Where they
team
at?
in Scrims. Right there.
Well, I mean, yeah, but they're
Interesting how Frosty has the least slays when it comes to Scrim statistics, but typically in a tournament, a high pressure scenario, even though it didn't happen at Arlington in grand finals, his slay numbers completely flip.
winning a lot more. That's the thing. They're winning a lot more, so it's probably easier. I mean, but they're probably winning because they're more in sync, so it all just ties together. But yeah, that makes sense.
Look how close they are. Sorry, maybe I'm not perfectly reading this. Like, are you talking about what are we looking at specifically? In the number of kills they all have is what you're looking at. Like, yeah, they're much more even in the amount of slays that they're all pulling off.
Makes a lot of sense.
That's for sure. Like, it's crazy that they're exactly identical. Cycle and Royal 2 are like 12,240 even. Yeah.
A lot of sense.
It doesn't go down the whole way through. It's just.
Let's see.
A little bit more even.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
So is it the disparity with them compared to other teams? Yeah, like significantly. Yeah, there's like a stairway in the way that it looked in comparison.
Very, very interesting.
Everybody was like a notable step away from each other.
That's very interesting.
Means that they're also not all firing on the same cylinder, like on their all cylinders at the same time, right? Like somebody will be popping off and then everybody else isn't, and it might be stellar more often than not, but ultimately it means that they're not like on the same page. I mean, yeah, which is what we've been talking about this whole time, but like.
He's basically saying that they're just like.
They don't fry together.
They're not getting any trades. Their timing is off when they're getting kills. Their kills are not amounting to what it should be. Things like that. I'm assuming. That is just my assumption.
Yes.
Yeah, they're all playing at different speeds. Look at optics. Yeah.
Still closer.
Hi, GG.
It's crazy how many, like, does that tell me that Shopify scrims significantly more than Optic does, basically, is what we're seeing? Or, like, Optic, interestingly, being a top 2 team, don't slay as heavy as the other top 4 teams sometimes, right? Like, they'll have scrims where they'll win, but they'll still have as many or maybe even slightly less slays than the teams that they win, kind of like TSM. But, like, we saw 12,000 kills apiece for SR, and we're looking at 9K on Optic. So, like, significantly less time. OBJ efficient? Yeah, that's one part of it, but like it just seems like much less scrim practice is what I'm seeing like overall. Shopify did start a little bit earlier, but I don't know. Shopify have a ton of kills, bro. They just outslaying like maniacs.
I agree. What's going on, baby?
Wanted to show how they were playing at different paces. You can see that in the assists.
Hey, when do you go in the backyard?
I mean, going and navigating and finding it again. Like their assists are relatively close. What is it about the assists that you were trying to point out? The killed stats are significant. Like there's, a 1,000 kill difference between each player, just about, maybe a little bit less in some regards. But the assists like were pretty close to even.
Hey, GG.
Formal with the most damage on the roster. Yeah, and that's usually the role that he looks to occupy. Legend right behind him. Should have the most assists as well. Formal with the most assists as well, yeah.
I agree. What's going on, baby?
So the opposite way of kills, maybe damage is more even.
So, shit. Hey, when do you go in the backyard?
What's the assisted kills ratio? Where do you see? How can you see the assisted kills ratio? Or how do you find that number? I probably sounded pretty, unintelligent at the moment, but. Somebody want to do the divisions for me? Like, you want me to sit here with a calculator and start dividing and find the ratio exactly? Or I guess you could sort of like find like a guesstimate, like.
Hold on, I gotta open the door.
So okay, I guess like SSG had around the 5,000 range per player, and they had more kills than Optic does in their totals. I guess, right? Like, or is it under the column? KA over D. It's just the KDA stats, right? Like kill and assists. Okay, versus. It's lower. Yeah. Like the number of assists that they have in comparison to the number of kills overall as a team doesn't add up in the same way that it does maybe for Optic. Optic has significantly less kills, but close in the assist category.
10,000.
So, like,
yeah, I see.
More often than not, players are forced to outplay or win their 1v1s. Trades and assists aren't coming through as often as, like, what we're trying to summarize. Anyway.
Things like... Shit.
Get Angie.
Hold on, I gotta open the door. GG. Open the door for real quick.
Chat GPT is what you want? Welcome, gut. Anyway, we could talk it in all different directions, like clearly they're aware of it, SSG at this point. What tactic they'll use to try to figure things out, it's going to be up to them. Either they just keep scrimming as they are and, hopefully something somehow clicks, but it doesn't seem to be working the way that it is. So is there some sort of crazy idea that can be implemented that would shift things and maybe get them out of their own heads? I don't know. That's kind of what we're talking about, I guess. But ultimately, it's up to them, and hopefully the results reflect it. But there's not a lot of time, and not exactly keep my expectations high, knowing how well Optic and SR seem to be continuing to play as the top two. But I'm open to surprises. The scrim with SSG TSM ended, and TSM just won it. So speaking of stats, we can take a look. For sure. They're the third best team. Is it that big of a deal? If you're not first, you're last. I don't know. Drew Harris. I mean, it's tough as a competitor because you want to win. Like, your drive to win is an extremely important part of what keeps you competitive. If you're okay with third, are you like a champion? You know what I mean? It's like kind of a tough spot to be in. It's like, yeah, let's just coast or try to like keep ourselves in top four, and I'm happy with that. But like, that mindset might keep you out of top four because other people are way hungrier to win. You got to be like insatiably hungry. Stella said he's not going to do VOD reviews anymore. Yeah. We had heard about that too from the APG thing or like chat there. I don't know. I mean, chemistry's a big thing, and clearly Druck seems to have some chemistry with Manny and the boys right now. So, like, will that be reflected in SSG? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. They do win in kills and assists today with better overall damage. Significantly higher KAD, I guess, if we're talking about that with the assists. Talik, Manny, Druck outperforming SSG in the assist category. Stellar coming in at the end of that, but likely going to be the opposite for kills. Stellar having a tough scrim today. More so than usual. We looked at those slay stats. You know, usually he's far and above his teammates. Maybe getting a little bit shut down more than usual today. Part of the reason why the stream maybe got turned off. For sure, hot. Sparty gets his revenge. Hope TSM gets top two. So it's like all of that can't happen at the same. You know what I mean? It's like, or I guess maybe I don't know, only one team, one player sort of occupies those realities. You know, so it's. I guess we'll have to see how it goes. Hot the 1000s? What does that mean? Talk about viewership? Hope Envy wins it? 1K watch on Twitch. Hey, thank you. Manifest it for me, brother. How about we start with some drops? Nah, we can earn it ourselves. Though, it would be nice. No VOD review sounds crazy. Yeah, but Mikwin, if you saw him in the chat earlier, brought up some really good counterpoints as to why VOD review could take away from your team and your chemistry. You can overthink things, you know? Talik and Soul Snipe having a hell of a scrim today, but Talik is going to, I think, have to be my scrim MVP, and that's 2 days in a row. Talik's been doing work for the team, man. Coming up with a 1.42 KD, 2.15 KDA with low deaths. The lowest deaths in the lobby with the highest kills while keeping his assists at the highest number as well. I mean, my God, what a POV Talik must have put up today. 95,000 damage. Lucid coming out on top, and the damage numbers is interesting. 301 kills. Lucid definitely putting in work this scrim with a lot of assists and a high KED despite losing. But Talik, I mean, read him and weep with those stats. Those are some beautiful stats. What did I just do? Oh, damage stats. Manny got a kill tag to end it? Yeah, I guess that was the tail end of the CTF. With a 66% accuracy, he's while winning in several categories. Lowest damage taken. He's just found a way to be elusive and play off the opportunities his team is creating, right? The pace of TSM, so quick. And he's got teammates like Soul Snipe who do tend to die more often, but make his job easier. with some weird stats. Yeah, he had an off day a little bit, according to this scrim, in comparison to his typical stats, right? Like, he's usually top Slayer, but right here performing under Lucid and Snakebite, notably, you know, making me think he's got an off day. He was playing on 65 ping as well. His ping was higher than usual. At least it looked like it was. And definitely dying a lot for a lot of the plays that he attempted to make, right? I feel like he was dying, has a lower KDA than we're used to seeing him have. Yeah, Manny, very capable player. Was cooking on C9. Miklin was saying he's a great high pacing player, right? He plays fast. He's good at doing that, even if he might not shine individually in all respects at all times. Like, he definitely popped off in this scrim. 93,000 damage as well, but it's this idea of other players are taken. He took a lot of freaking damage. Who had the most damage taken? Stellar did. Stellar just getting shut down individually this scrim, right? Getting kind of caught out on his own. Damage maybe not getting collected as often. Maybe not winning as many of his 1v1s as he's used to winning, you know? Can I sort table by damage? Is that not what I'm doing? Damage dealt, Lucid wins that. Damage taken, Stellar took the most damage in this scrim, followed by, 3 members of TSM, which goes to show, like, how involved TSM is as a team, right? Talik taking less than the entire team, but all of his teammates heavily involved, taking damage, getting in the fights, creating opportunities. It's maybe not necessarily what adding one player brings to a team individually as much as what adding that player allows, he kind of is allowing his team to blossom in ways that they might not have been previously with Cherished or, for a little while. Maybe it's not specifically about Cherished, but like Talik seems to be blossoming in 2 scrims back to back, right? Coming out with the win on FaZe and the win on SSG. You look at OBJ stats, Eco and Snakebite occupying majority of OBJ work for Oddball. A little bit more even on the side of TSM. With Soul Snipe, Druk, Talik about even, right, Manny? With the least ball time in this one. Definitely Eco Stellar trading off OBJ role. We can see that from statistics, right? Significantly less coming out of... Sorry, Eco Snakebite. Significantly less coming out of Stellar and Lucid as they do try to play their role, opening up the map, slaying, dealing damage, right? Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the shared OBJ efficiency here. Manny doing a lot more of the work when it comes to flag carry time. Druk much more involved with the flag this time around versus their last scrim. So it also shows me that no player has a designated role in this regard, and that sometimes Druk might be the one that's pushing out and overextending on the map and getting pulls, and sometimes it's Soul Snipe, even though, some might be pacing faster than others or might find that opportunity more often than not. It's not that, like, Druk's role is not to be grabbing flags based off what I'm seeing here. Pretty even when it comes to King of the Hill stats. A little bit different this time around for TSM, with Manny spending very little time in the hill. Mostly going down to Soul Snipe and Talik. Yeah, they don't have roles. Yeah. I mean, generally a good team is flexible. You might, when it comes to IGLing though, I do feel like you have more of a definitive voice. Somebody who's taking the bulk of the weight as the communicator. And that's what APG was talking about. Is like somebody's got to kind of drive the ship in the most critical moments. You don't want to have contention and butting heads in a 49-49 Slayer, right? So somebody does have to lean the direction of IGL. In all other components, though, like, you want to have flexibility. You could have players that lean Slayers, like Stellar and Lucid obviously can excel with the sniper and in individual fights, but... Kind of an off scrim for SSG, and not to point out Stellar specifically, but definitely not the stats that I'm used to seeing out of him in any category. So that definitely didn't help their results. TSM, on the other hand, if we want to flip that and say TSM look like they're getting better, I think that's fair, right? Based off of what we've seen recently, I put them in top 5 again, even though we had them there, and they placed top 12 unexpectedly. Looking like the Manny trade was a good decision, which seemed like a scary one, considering Manny stepped out of a top 6 team to jump into a team that just placed top 12, but it's working out so far. Can they carry it to LAN? Can they break top 4? That's the question, right? Yeah. On any given day, all these stats are going to change around and whatnot, even though you see like certain tendencies. Whoa, is last shot a 3,000? Am I looking at the right thing? Can you be a 5,000 Onyx in 1v1? Last shot is a 3,132 rank Onyx in ranked arena? That's kind of crazy. Butoria is the top ranked Slayer player? Is she playing all that playtime to be a 2083 CSR Slayer player? Or is she sharing the account? Not to discredit her ability. Some sweaty stats right there. Smart take Manny away because C9 was top 6. Snatching a top 6 player is smart. Sure. It's good for TSM. I'm saying if from the perspective of Manny, was it a smart decision? That's where we were like speculating. Like, should Manny, sure, yes, he has chemistry with his teammates, but things were going okay with C9. They were one game away from defeating SSG and placing top 4. So did it make sense for him to step away from what looked relatively comfortable to take a bit of a gamble, to join his buddies again? But it seems like so far it's going pretty decent. They're outpacing C9, it seems, in scrim stats, at least recently. Things fluctuate. We'll see some more C9 TSM scrims between now and Dallas, obviously. Okay, Dev. Sparty hit 4K CSR in ranked arena? Yeah, he has in the past. That's probably what the actual CSR leaders are. Wait, the current CSR leader in arena is 1,933. Last shot 3K must be an all-time. Oh, I wonder why it was showing like right on the main page like that, because that wasn't the... Is that the... Yeah, I thought Sparty... Has he hit 4K? He's definitely hit 3K. I thought Sparty would have placed higher at some point in Halo Infinite's life. All right, guys. I think that does it for scrims, right? We had Sparty AB playing. Okay, so Spectre has AB scrims from his POV, which is kind of cool. Sparty was playing Super CC's team, and that might be done now. Trying to find like a banger Halo song. That's the new NV team. Yeah. I think SSG can poach precision. I think nothing is going to change between now and Dallas. So we should probably like hold off on the conversation until after Dallas. We'll revisit it. You know what I mean? It's like we can speculate, but it would be stupid to make any decision now, and nobody wants to make any trades a week before an event. So let's just wait and see for Dallas. Hope they bring their A game. Hope they make some sort of fundamental change to their mindset or their practice or something so that they look a little bit different coming into Dallas, but nothing's going to change between now and then. After that, we'll talk about, whether or not they should make the team change finally. Yeah, we'll see you at Dallas. I guess that's going to do it for me. For now, at least. I got some coaching in a little bit. I'm going to have some dinner. And then hopefully some high-tier scrims tomorrow. I appreciate all you guys hanging out. We got to get a gameplay grind in, too. Tomorrow, actually, evening after the scrims, I think I'm going to be playing some Halo with Mikwin. So you guys liked having him in the chat. He might be coaching me. That's the plan right now, is to get some Mikwin coaching in tomorrow evening at around 9 or 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So we'll be live for scrims, and then going to be learning some Halo. See ya, Timmy. All right, sending the raid over to Last Shot. Go give the man some love. He's been grinding. Yeah, he's 1794 right now, so you're right. He's something's up with the... It was showing like an all-time stat. It's like Steph Curry right now? What? He just can't miss. Later, Tenny. You're headed to Cancun. See me in a few weeks. Karma, you're not going to be here for Dallas, huh? Hope you have an incredible trip, man. I appreciate you. Fly safe and enjoy your time with your family if that's what you're doing, man. Always a pleasure. GG's, War Turtle. Have a great rest of your evening. 173 over the Last Shot. That's a big raid. I appreciate you all, guys. YouTube. VOD available on YouTube as usual. Jay Howie, you know the drill. KB, see ya. PRG. Please go ahead and give it a like if you haven't already. Feel free to comment on the YouTube VOD. Anything we can do to keep that going. But grind continues. Stay tuned for new videos. Still figuring it out. Anyway.